Brother, it's time for clankers.
Right. I think it's story time. Yes, it is indeed time for clankers, brother. Hi, boat. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Hope you're doing well. That's a boat for Shizu. First boat of the day. First boat of the week. Maybe I should do a first boat of the week kind of alert. That'd be fun. Hi, Shizu. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm all right. Oh, I'm a little worn down, but I'm all right. It's been a busy day of like trying to figure out some stuff. Hey, Shogun, welcome in. Thanks for the boat. Welcome in. That's a nice boat. Been staying up to catch a stream. Well, I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. Yeah, my week today was well. I mean, I spent a lot of time just wrestling with computer code, as one does when you're a computer programmer like me. But I managed to beat it. You know, it had me going for a little bit, but I managed to get to the rope and break the hold. So then when the ref wasn't looking, I low blowed it, hit it with a chair, and, you know, slipped that out of the ring before the ref hit it. But, you know, I beat it down. Was able to win all the way. Tomorrow I'm actually looking forward to a little bit. I'm gonna go out to the Satan Craft, otherwise known as the Devil Craft, which is about in Tokyo terms like the best place to get like a deep dish style pizza and booze. It's basically an excuse to get fat. So I will likely be running for an hour tomorrow morning just to make up for the calorie intake. Maybe having a salad for lunch, just to make sure that my stomach is nice and empty for the mountain of carbs I will be loading into me that evening. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, was kind of just keeping busy, keeping focused for the most part. I'm listening, Shizu. I am listening. Also, Shogun, hope you're doing well. Thank you again for the boat. I appreciate it. I'll be the first to see it. Oh my. Anyway, I don't know why I did that. That feels a little creepy. I apologize. That is not me. I know I play Nikkei, but I swear to God, I'm not that bad. Anyways, I'm looking forward to playing more dialogue as well. While Shizu's telling me, now you'll say that again. So go check the. All right, I'm gonna go check it again. Here we go, checking the DMs. Oh my, it's very good. Oh, it's very good. The fact that ooh my. Oh my, it's very good, Shizu. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me this gift. I appreciate it. I will cherish it. I will cherish it. Also, congrats to Shizu on the YouTube channel. I will definitely subscribe. I was meaning to watch the new video the morning, but time got away from me basically. So it kind of just got away from me. But yeah, I was checking out the Shizu YouTubes. I died from cringe watching. Honestly, I think like it's better than I could have come up with. Like, I don't know who was doing the editing, but like, you know what? I appreciate the effort, you know, it's one of those things like, as like, for me, it's like, you know, just gotta give some time. Cass, big Cass, thank you for editing. I know that's not easy. It's a learned skill. Cassavandra, big Cassavandra. Well, good job on Cass. Any hoodle. We're gonna play some more dialogue. So I played this on Friday for Valentine's Day because I thought it'd be kind of like a nice little date sim kind of deal. It ended up being sort of like that. It was more like, but it wasn't like that, like deep into the relationships, but for the relationships that are there, it's definitely got some more depth than like a hookah haze, in my opinion. And it's definitely got inspiration from Valhalla for sure. So I'm gonna give this a shot here. Are you guys seeing my mouse cursor as well? It feels like it's hard for me to tell. Can you guys see my mouse pointer as well as my, oh, maybe that's why. There we go. You were doing invasive penetration and reimagement. I mean, I just called that maintenance. Oh, did I hit the wrong thing? I think I did. This was the start of it. I think I hit the wrong thing. My bad. Yeah, I forgot to hit load. I meant to hit load. How do I get out? Guitarl? Do I get to just hit my exit? Thank you. Yes, I want to exit the game. I meant to hit load. There we go. We were going to talk to Orca last time. December 9th, right? My body feels lighter than yesterday morning. Yeah, so Chris is our I want to say hero, but I don't feel that's the appropriate terminology for our guy. He's he's basically our main character. He's basically, how do I want to put this? He's a bit of a pervy mechanic. I guess that's a good way to put it. He's not a bad person, but he's definitely got a lack of social skills. He's got an autistic level of skill when it comes to this D1AL system, which is used to repair the Eves that are basically human beings, but robot people with rights and everything like humans do. And we've gotten to know primarily 3 main people. Actually 4. Nikkei's, I guess that's a way to put it. And he's the commander, and he gets more handsy. Well, I don't want to say more handsy, but that's not true. Commander Merc, he gets pretty handsy, let's be honest. But like Chris is like got 4 main people. He's got a jerk nutwad in the form of a guy named Blade, who wears optic camouflage. That's what, I don't know why that was the word that was optic camouflage. We have Orca, who looks like Shiloh Lily, but she's like the Say of this group, where she's like this really tough super soldier, super sweet girl, helps people, helps the children, is just going doing general work. We have Dare, Our Prey. Prey is our seemingly best friend, give or take, who works next door at the they call it a retro cafe, but the retro cafe in this situation sounds kind of like a manga cafe to a degree, manga slash maid cafe maybe. But she works there. And then we have Marielle, Miss Marielle, who is a pharmaceutical researcher who's been working on a project for drugs that help with memory suppression, which has been, oddly enough, coming up because apparently we've been taking memory suppressants by our dear old mom and pop, sending them our way and calling them supplements, so they lie to us. And that's essentially what we've been doing. So we're kind of like piecing this together. In terms of like the world building, I think it's pretty good. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but I think there's some solid stuff here. The idea of like the pollution in the area has gotten so bad, it's basically created a layer of darkness that not even sunlight can penetrate through. So it's just endless night in a neon city. And people have to take suppressants, like they have to be on a subscriber plan to get sunlight, artificial sunlight. Because you know humans need sunlight. Hi Cass, welcome in. And also big shout out to Cass for the editing job he did on Shizu's latest video. Thanks for the boat, buddy. Big shout out to Big Cass. All right. But yeah, that's kind of like where we're at. So like we're basically, oh shit, he woke up. He's awake. Get him. Or like a blow dart. Like a blow dart to Cass's neck. And he's just like, ah! Falls asleep. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, like, that's essentially where we are. Like, the world building is, we are a peak blow dart, exactly. So it's definitely got like the same, like, you know, cyber future slash dystopia, oppressive corrupt governments and bureaucracies, and people just trying to live their best lives as best they can, right? And that's kind of what we're doing here. Anyway, it is December 19th. What's the news for the day? This will give me a good warm-up for my voice. A wave of citizens died in red. Martyrs' blood becomes the spark of the revolution. A noise. Yesterday afternoon, we witnessed it. The cold barrels of stabilizers, who supposedly protect citizen safety, pierced the chest of innocent brothers. The only response to peaceful shouts was brutal, excessive suppression and death. But their tyranny poked the sleeping lion. The moment one citizen fell, dark Brown Street transformed into a massive sanctuary of liberation. Enraged citizens took up arms themselves and delivered righteous judgment to the rulers of the eternal night. This is not a simple right. It is a holy war against the rotten Sunshine Corps and their puppet government. The will for revolution blooming in the darkness will never be broken. The establishment screams for stability and fear, but a massive wave has already begun. Remember, the blood we shed yesterday is the brilliant prelude that will dye the coming true morning red. So I'm guessing this is like there's a quote unquote terrorist group called Morning Glory that has hijacked this blog post, I guess. Anyway, all right. So that's the blog post. I'm gonna guess this is the actual press. This is the mainstream media post. Let's see what they have to say about this thing. Clash on Brown Street. Tragedy of 10 years ago reenacted. Anachromatic press. Reporters at the scene conveyed that the rally at dark Brown Street turned into an armed clash at 4 p.m., resulting in uncontrollable bloodshed. The scene has fallen into extreme chaos with protesters and public power intermingled. In particular, as an unidentified revolutionary group committed organized sabotage, such as destroying communication beacons, initial entry and situation control by the Urban Stability Agency and Urban Recovery Agency are effectively being blocked. What citizens watching this situation are focusing on most is that the timing and aspect of the riot resembled the Chromatic Zenith terror incident, recorded as the worst disaster in Chroma City 10 years ago. At that time, on the night when the Chromatic Zenith Festival reached its peak, terror began with a massive, mysterious explosion, engulfing the entire city in a massive fire. The fire at the time is evaluated to have been extensive and fatal enough that Chroma City, which advocated self-sufficiency, had to exceptionally request emergency rescue and support from the neighboring cities. The flames which soared to the pollution layer of the stratosphere went beyond a simple disaster, leaving deep scars on the city's pride and overall safety system that remained unhealed to this day. Experts analyze that this disturbance is stimulating citizens' collective trauma and that it reminds them of the nightmare 10 years ago. So I'm not the most media literate, but this is basically like the way that this report is positioning the events yesterday is essentially like, this is a tragedy. You know, we should not repeat the same mistakes as before. But they've also been very obscure about like not giving a lot of facts about what exactly happened. They said there was a clash, something happened. This one said like someone fucking died, and that is not even mentioned here. Anyway, my beginner's media literacy. Sunshine Corps recruits shadow agency actors. Your acting becomes salvation. Sunshine Dispatch. Become the protagonist of a life with just one synchronization. What? Protagonist of a life. Of a life or just of life? Shunsan good guy. Sunshine Shanghai. Sunshine Dispatch. Man, that's a tongue twister. Sunshine Dispatch. Sunshine Dispatch. Hi, Lurvin. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Doing well. We're just getting the news brought in. Sunshine Corps is recruiting new Eve actors on the large scale for its psychological care program, Shadow Agency Service. This noble duty, which comforts the pain of loss by synchronizing the memory archives of the deceased into the neural network, is evaluated as a bridge connecting souls beyond simple acting. Spider, what news? What news comes from the east? Also, this is something they brought up. Prey was bringing this up. Someone like approached her, be like, I will give you 1 trillion credits if you allow me to download the memories of my dead wife into you for a year. And it's like with the Eves, it's like, well, yeah, if you put that into my hard drive, it's there forever. You know, it doesn't go away. She basically like, do you want schizophrenia, excuse me, Miss Eve? Would you take 1 trillion credits for some schizophrenia? Like, I don't know. It's really weird. I found this to be particularly disturbing. It's kind of screamed to me like, you know how like AIs are trying to like, people are trying to like train AIs to be like deceased people, you know, like download like news and stuff of deceased people, and then like they'll be like trained on their voice and like their personality and all that. It's like, ew, a little disturbing, to put it mildly. Selected actors will be provided with the industry's best unconventional performance bonuses, as well as the highest grade neon shine care free of charge to prevent self-data contamination. Under the slogan, become the protagonist of a life with just one synchronization, applications are expected to flood in from countless Eves dreaming of rising in status and escaping the slums. That's probably what they're going for, is like, hey, are you willing to like take a shot on this experiment, this beta test, if we promise, quote unquote, to like get you out of the ghetto, the cyber ghetto. Anyway, that's today's news. My body feels lighter than yesterday morning. Obviously supplements, no, memory suppressants. I didn't take them just the same. Promise? Just a difference in cognition can change things this much. Yeah, I think like Chris, like he was feeling like shit the last couple days. I think that's because since he stopped taking it, it's basically like if you're on a medication long term, you can't just quit it cold turkey. Oh, it's okay if you gotta go sleep. You know, spiders need sleep too. If you need to go rest, go ahead. Go spin yourself up a nice silk cocoon blanket with a nice silk cocoon pillow, and you know, just like get some sleep, get some rest, stay warm. Please make sure you need some pep. I'm okay. I will learn to talk eventually, or my brain will explode. I guess we'll find out tomorrow if I show up to work which one happened. But don't worry, I'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Go get some sleep. Go get some sleep. I'm really happy you were able to come by and say hi, but you come first, right? Everyone, give head pats to Shizu, and you know, give her some Shizu hugs, and let's hope she can get some rest. All right. Yeah, but I was saying, yeah, so Chris, I think with these memory suppressants, it's like, it's one of those things that like, with like severe medications, you can't just quit them cold turkey. Like, you know, I take some medication because I'm an ancient. And you know, it's like, it's not like life. I wouldn't say like, if I don't take it once, it's like the end of the world. Like you can forget every now and then and it won't like kill you. But the minute it like, if you just crash cold turkey, like your body static in a homeostasis sort of perspective loses that. And you just have all these fluctuations in like your blood, like your hormones, your blood chemicals, all that stuff. It can be pretty crazy. Like you got to be careful about these things, right? You got to be like, got to learn how to wean yourself if you're going to do that. And even then, you might not want to do that. Anyway, what on earth is this memory I forgot? Michelle and Polar on night day. What is the connection between the two? Please don't tell me it's like his sister died on Polar night day. Thinking about it blankly will only give me a headache. Since my body's better, let's start business quickly. Open for business. All right, our first clanker of the day. Oh, first we gotta talk to her sister, I think. Michelle, do you have a moment? What is it all of a sudden? Considering the nature of things you've thrown at me without even asking me until now, it's scary to think what you're gonna talk about. One of my customers told me there might be memory suppressing ingredients in the supplements I was taking. Is that reliable information? Considering what you said about your customers so far, they're either perverts or skip the interpersonal relationship tutorial. Hey, that's me? Oh, that's me. Oh. No, that's not me. Or both. She knows! No. She is a reliable expert. And this one, I think the idea is like, yeah, like, I mean, she's a pharmaceutical. She works at a pharmaceutical company. She knows how to do research. She's a professional scientist. She's a reliable expert. She works at a pharmaceutical company. She also said there's a possibility that memories about you were suppressed. Me? It certainly looked like that. There was yesterday's incident too. How do you feel? It's hard to explain. I'm all better now, and daily life is quite enjoyable. I feel like regaining suppressed memories and facing the truth is moving in the right direction. But I'm also afraid of losing this daily life. The medicine? I got it back. That's why I feel even more conflicted. The option to take the medicine and live happily is right there within reach. Right. A refuge in my hand. It wasn't always just good, though. It can remove this anxiety anytime. But it wouldn't be a fundamental solution. Like the answer key at the back of a workbook. Exactly. Worrying about whether to open the answer key for a difficult problem. It's close to that. It's just my personal opinion, but if it's a problem you absolutely can't solve, I heard postponing it is also a way. In an era where many people suffer because they can't renew their medical subscriptions, if you can be happy with just one pill, it seems like a decent option. It's not an illegal drug either. The customer said the same thing. Yeah, I mean, this, if I remember the exact words, the idea was like, it's not illegal, it's got a lot of side effects, but it's definitely like a, what's the word? Like FDA approved or something like that? Whatever. The point is like the government, it's government approved. And has scientific research backing it. Anyway, but I get where Michelle's coming from. I get the idea what they're trying to say here. Is that like, I imagine he's using this just because like a lot of people in this dystopia are like probably just doing whatever they have to do to get by. I can see Chris easily doing that. It could be a couple things. He could just be a pill pusher. He could just be a pill popper. He could be suppressing Michelle. Maybe what we talked about with the fake AI thing isn't that far off with Michelle. I wonder. This medicine has many cases of reported side effects. Above all, I want to show a cool side to my customers. Where did the topic suddenly jump to? I've emphasized this since before. Providing counseling and psychological care to customers is one of D1AL-ogue's core services. A person who relies on medicine because they can't solve their own problems can't give advice on other people's problems. Twisted affection towards Eves. Seems to have finally spread to the sexual realm. So, who is it? The tomboy Eve from the cafe across the street who always visits? Damn, she knows us too well. Or what was her name? Fly? Prey. Ah, right, Prey. Or the military TN-DLS mono who visited for a while before? Was it the Eve with the rabbit ears? While asserting you couldn't touch military models due to regulations, you secretly repaired her several times behind the scenes. After that Eve stopped coming, the rapid increase in your search frequency for beast-type Eves was a comedy. Damn. It's not entirely wrong, but I don't want to look good to just one customer. Crazy. No, I phrased it weirdly. It's not that there isn't a customer I care about, but I meant that's not the whole reason. I have no intention of getting involved in your courtship activities, so don't worry. But be careful. The recklessness of beasts in heat doesn't only lead to finding a mate, dying while fighting a competitor, or attracting a predator and getting eaten are common scenes in documentaries. But saying that about me is a very nasty metaphor. It's like, that is, whatever it is, I warned you. It's a medicine recommended by your parents who love you so much. Recommending it, even with side effects, might mean it's that serious of a secret. Michelle, do you know something? No. I wish I did. Thud. Hmm? Rattle. Hmm? Rattle, clatter, rattle. Rattle, rattle, clatter. Welcome. Hello, Chris. Hi, Orca. How you feeling? You don't seem to be doing all right. Orca? I know you're sick, but this is the only place I know. Maintenance. Just a bit. Understood. I'll start with emergency measures. This isn't the time to worry about others, Orca. How many fingers do you see? I can't see anything. Oh, that's bad. Correct. Fortunately, the visual sensors are alive. Since the neural circuits are completely burnt out, I needed to verify. Is it serious? It's at a level where you need a new body. Oh, shit. Someone get the brain shelter. Orcas needs a new body. As the circuits burn out, you're just in a state where you can't feel pain. Thanks to that, you were able to come to the repair shop, but how much time has passed since the damage? I'm not sure. I walked from Dark Brown Street, so at least 4 hours must have passed. I'll start maintenance as soon as I'm ready. Can you stay conscious? I'd like to say yes, but honestly, I think it will be difficult. I'll keep talking to you. Just hang in there a little longer. Emergency body transplant for the half-destroyed Orca. Doesn't she have, like, I don't know, the equivalent of healthcare because she's a government employee? I don't know. Sorry. Like, my throat is acting up. All right, here we go. All right, let's try to save Orca. She's sweet. She's a sweet girl. The damage is too severe. I need to start repairs immediately. Damage is bad. It won't move and it won't synthesize. Looks like a unit got fused due to the heat. We have no choice but to avoid that unit for now and can proceed with repairs. So it's saying like I can't even use this. It's just a dead cell, basically. Okay. All right. Well, let's save the cute Shy Lily. Luckily, it seems like it's pretty straightforward. So I already have one unit I need. I already have all the units I need for this one. So wham. And then I'll just move this one over here. This will be a good setup for later. All right. Auxiliary power is depleted. I must have put it somewhere here. Last time during maintenance, it was on the left shelf. Right. It's there. Thank you. I'm sorry, but I'll ask questions to verify for quick repair. Can you explain how you got injured? I was hit by a rocket launcher. Orca? Are you sure you don't need like real like military grade repair? You're not joking. You're not joking, right? Warlords coveting Chroma's position and honor seem to be supporting so-called revolutionary groups. The level of violence and armament has risen as if to prove the rumors are true. Warlords. It's not even the Middle Ages. Chroma City's strong censorship can exist because there's a clear threat called the outside. Are you trying to tell? Oh, that's a big boy. Okay, we'll save that one for last. Let's get this one going. Oh, I just saw that. That's my future. Upgraded Dial's battery to the maximum. I didn't realize I was doing that while I was like trying to save Shy here. All right, 1, 2, 3. The lock moved as well, I noticed. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang in there, Orca. Chris, about your health problem last time. Seeing you bring it up first. Seems the repair's going well. That's a relief. And about my health. It wasn't my body that was sick. When memory suppressant intake is stopped, there are cases where unconsciously heightened stress creates phantom pain. It seems that was the case. Yeah, your body was just in an unnatural state of stress because it's like, where's my meds? I need my pills, daddy! It's like, no. Memory suppression? Yeah. They say it's suppression that lasted for years. It hasn't really hit me yet. I also feel relieved that my body wasn't actually sick. Of course, I don't know if I'll be able to say that once my memory returns. Such a thing. It's a matter I see occasionally in the news. But it felt like a distant story to me. According to the expert, it's one of the best-selling products. Physical wounds are visible, so they're easy to empathize with. But that's not the case for the mind. It might be more common than we think. On the surface, Chris, you seemed reliable and unblemished. Someone I could lean on. I didn't know. You were carrying something so painful you wanted to erase it. I didn't know either. I still don't know. Only the fact that there are suppressed memories is clear. I can't recall what memories they are. I remember nothing. Like the ghost stories spread around. Is it amnesia? Because they exploited loopholes in the terms. I hear it's hard to get compensation. I'm not sure. But it's unlikely. I looked it up, and memory recovery takes a minimum of 2 weeks. And can take up to several months. If I want to shorten the period, they recommend repeating actions associated with the repressed memory. Like meeting related people, or looking at images and listening to voices. Basically like to jumpstart it, like basically a way to like jumpstart the process. I need some like mucus like thing. I don't know why I'm so nasally. I'm sorry, guys. I need to like blow my nose and get this crap out of me. 1 second. Alright, I don't mean to get... Sorry about this. 1 second, fellas. Sorry for the delay. Just keep staring at the cute orca girl. Ah, God. Alright. Alright, that's a lot better, I hope. I still feel a little nasally, but whatever. Now, let's stop chatting and focus for a moment. Past the critical point, but there's still a few problems left to solve. Thanks for the hydrate, Cheesy. Boy, am I thirsty. I need to get like a mucus like pill or something that can like just like a pipe cleaner for my throat. Anyway, we need a big boy for this one. So what's the how big of a big one we need? Oh, we need a super big one. I need to get 3 of these. Ooh, this is gonna take a while. Well, it is emergency repair. This is gonna take a minute. Maybe I should have done this one first. Did the number of locks increase the number of panels I fix? I don't know. Just hang in there, Lily. I know I call her Shiloh. Her name's Orca. She's got a name, and her name is Orca. And her name is John Cena. Yabadoo! Oh no. Well, slow but steady. I mean, I'm not in, like, it's not a race. Well, Shy Lily is an orca. That is true. But isn't she like an orca pup? I can't remember what the, like not a young orca. That's the wrong word. No. Get back. You get back. You get back there now. You got one in that bat pot now. I don't know why I came out with a stupid Cajun voice, because it's not even that good. You get back in that pot now. I think the idea would be for me, I think one thing I should think about is trying to take advantage of the yellows as well. Like, I'm focusing on the reds, which I think is the right call, but I do have all these blues that I can also use to like get other components and then transform them with my power, my mysterious power. Oh, I swapped those. That slides in there. And then this is another, no. I think the controls, it would be a little bit, could be a little bit smoother, but you know, I'm not gonna complain. All right, that's one. We get 3 of those, we're good. Yeah, I saw a little bit. Rush the event because it's in 4 hours. Wow, how did you enjoy your return to Eorzea? Did you like it? So I can't move that. I'm basically working with 4 panels, like, because these are completely cut off. I can't do anything with those. How'd you like it? I mean, I'm kind of interested. Like, I've been off 14 for a long time, but I also played it a bunch, like a lot. I played it since 1.0, so like 10 years. I have a lot of experience in that game. It's fun, you know. I was watching what's her name? Mint. Where polygons, everything's so ass clunk chunky. Where plogons, everything ass clunky. It's funny you mentioned 14 because I was watching one of Shenpai's friends named Mint, and please forgive me if I get this wrong, but I'm not, and I know mean no offense. I believe she Clunky, not chunky. She was discussing about how taking a break was a good idea, because not only does it like prevent burnout of 14, which she loves, it also meant that she could, you know, find stories and find fun again and find fun in a lot more places. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's kind of what I was doing in a little way. Like, I like our MMOs. I've played a lot. I've been playing them since I was a boy. Since I was a young boy. I played all those MMOs together. I've been on a lot of adventures. I've been a hero in a lot of different universes. But I do realize that, like, for me, there's like a shelf life. Yeah, play games that you enjoy, find the fun, and you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be like, you know what? I might need a little break. I think I got the third one. So here's my idea. Oh, I can't do it. Here's my idea if I was not a dumbass. What I would have done was I would have turned this one red. I would turn this one blue. Die. Can I do that? I can if I do this. That gets me what I need. So now if I use this, turn that. That gets me a level 3 blue, but I can turn it into a level 3 red. One, two, three, four, 5. Oh, dang it. I was hoping that would just click into place and like smooth. There we go. Took a little bit, but we did it. Received a decent evaluation for the repair. Ah, man. Took some time, but we put out the immediate fire. For the rest, let's watch the progress and decide. Or, you know, like, take her to, like, Eve Hospital? Eve Hospital? You know? Like, listen, it's that or get the brain shelter. Because, like you said, Chris, if she needs a new body, we need to do that. Thank you, Chris. I don't know what procedures are left, but I can already feel my tail becoming lighter. I replaced the auxiliary power and the walking function. Seems stable. I also reset the neural circuit. How is it? I have enough knowledge about Eve's, but I don't know how it actually feels. I don't feel anything particularly strange. If you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known it changed. Currently, you were practically in a state where only your data was transferred to a different body. The appearance is the same, but all detailed parts were replaced or serviced. I thought it might feel awkward. Oh, are you trying to suggest ship? Are you trying to suggest that like she's like a ship of Thesis, but for Eves? A ship of Evesus? You're the ship of Evesus, Orca. Anyway. Sensation is influenced more by cognition than reality. I think one thing I want to criticize this game on is like these sentence fragments need to be squat up together a little bit. Vibe the bit the music I had in there after Vent cried for no quality of life. Not at all. Like none at all. None whatsoever. Ugh. I would have certainly been some changes. Like when I was there, they were putting out a bunch of stuff for quality of life. But oh well. I mean, let me know if you want to play Shizu. I'll have to activate my account again, but I can do that. By cognition than reality. Like feeling pain in the missing arm. Why are we still here? Just to suffer. There are actually many cases where discrepancy occurs between reality and cognition. That's good. That's good. So, as long as Orca perceives Orca as Orca, it means it's hard to feel awkward? Yes. Except for calling my name excessively. That's an accurate explanation. Orca, 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 Orca. Yes? Orca, Orca. Please stop. The Eve's stronger than steel, who survived even a rocket launcher. Orca's intimidated look was an amusing sight, but one must know the limit for irresponsible actions. It would be better to stop the joke here and move on to another topic. I'm joking. By the way, did you have a similar injury before? You mean like a rocket launcher injury? There were traces of heat deformation deep in the core. If you often suffer from similar injuries, I would seriously recommend looking for another job. That is... It's an old wound. It's a trace that can be removed, but I didn't do it right away because there were many things to handle first. Shall I fix it in the maintenance later? No. I left it on purpose. It's a tribute of remembrance. A trophy. No, a scar. That's interesting. She has a concept of like scars that she wants to wear. Remembrance. You've heard of the story that Eves, who are nothing but machines, don't have souls, right? That hypothesis has already been disproven. The nonsense that they only mimic emotions with regulatory factors and electrical signals is the same as saying humans don't have souls either. Many living things rely on regulatory factors called hormones and electrical signals to move and think. To support the claim that only humanity is dignified, the logic was too flawed. Apart from the facts, I wanted to prove that it was wrong. We, who were made rather than born, are thrown into society with granted selves but lacking relationships to support them. Consequently, we usually go through a period of thirsting for a strong desire of recognition. For me, that time was exactly such a period. That emotion was more than Orca's personal feeling. It was a common phenomenon among Eves, because they were created without time to reflect on their ego, under the protection of parents and society. Research even shows that Eves were known to obsess over social relationships and status, just like an unloved child. Ooh. Brutal. But I can see the logic there. It's like, you're born, you have human rights, but like, you haven't gone through the process, like, of a baby, from babu to adolescent to teenager to rebellious phase to you start drinking and blacking out, then you're an adult. It's the tale as old as time. I was tense about everything. I ignored the command's orders and jumped into the rescue operations. And I often helped the rescued people privately. It must have been tough. She is definitely Say. She is like the same like vibe and energy as Say. It's just like, I'm here to help people. I'm a very, very, very nice person. You are a nice person, Orca. I didn't know back then. Rather, I thought it was natural. I feel like at this point I want to give her Say's accent. I give her the same accent I gave Say in Valhalla, but I think it's a bit too late for that. I was intoxicated with being a righteous rescue worker. You have to climb high to look back on the path you've walked. Because you went through those times, I think the current Orca exists. That might be true for me, but that couldn't correct the mistakes of the past. It was a few years ago. It was an unexpected terror attack. The fire was so intense that flames and smoke reached the sky. This sounds familiar. Pessimistic outlooks burst out from the start of the scene, and the command had already proposed giving up on that sector. That's when I saw a child, begging the crew to save their family who collapsed during evacuation. He was pleading with the crew. Since it was impossible, the crew hesitated to go in, and eventually I jumped in, saying, "They're still alive. Don't worry." I guaranteed it without even knowing. But in the end, the building collapsed, and only I barely survived. According to the analysis team, fainting during the fire leads to death within 3 to 5 minutes. Basically, because you're smoke inhalation, you black out, and then you kind of just suffocate. So it was a situation where they couldn't be saved from the start. But it was already too late. I definitely said they're alive, with belated excuses. I couldn't lessen that child's guilt. Abandoning a living sibling. I tried hard afterwards, but the closed door of the heart couldn't be opened easily. It's vivid, like it happened yesterday, and something I regret. That my good intentions could become a wound to someone else. I realized it was too late. Orca. Why is that one vibrating on me? Why are you vibing? Why is this one vibing? Orca. Yes? Chris, your voice is shaking. Ah. Orca. Are you okay? If it's vivid like yesterday, can I ask you one thing? 10 years ago, Polar Night Day. The city center where Chromatic Zenith was in full swing. That day, Michelle and I... By any chance, was the name of the person who died that day Michelle? I just got an achievement. It said confirm the truth about Michelle. Well, Leanne, I think we're gonna have a fun day. Target time 250. Oh, I took way too long. But I did decent. Orca's remaining maintenance was agreed to be continued tomorrow. It wasn't because of an abnormality was found somewhere, but above all, proceeding with maintenance forcibly could lead to a major accident. I typed the message with trembling hands. Michelle. What is it again? Michelle answers as if she was waiting. Slowly, calming down my heart, which I thought couldn't be settled, I typed that name once again. Michelle. Why again? Your strange behavior has increased these past few days. Is this also a side effect of stopping the medicine? Transmission canceled. Transmission canceled. You were dead. I remember vividly. 10 years ago, Polar Night. The night view I watched with you. It was beautiful. And even the aftermath I don't want to talk about. You were definitely on that day. Died. I was dead. Michelle? I vaguely guessed it. When I woke up, I was in an unknown place. An isolated space with no one I knew. For some reason, Mom and Dad became cold towards me. And you, my brother, were obsessed with me to a strange degree. Maybe I don't know who remembered it, but someone said like he's got a bit of syscon. I guess maybe they were right. Or maybe they were just that close and he just couldn't bear to lose her. I just felt dizzy for a moment, closed my eyes and opened them. But the world had turned upside down. Even if I couldn't know the details, that something terrible happened to me. It was obvious, wasn't it? Right. Still, maybe. Perhaps I might be alive? I held on to that hope. Like I fell into a long coma, and only my mind was connected to a virtual space, or in cryosleep, clinging to any ridiculous reason. I didn't want to let go of the hope that I might be alive. Feels futile. That I am a crazy AI who thinks she's Michelle. My parents? No. The people I mistook for parents. I think I know why they hated me so much. A program mimicking their dead daughter. That's horrible. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That's what I was saying. Broken memories gather and form a distinct shape again. Just as I remembered Michelle's death after hearing Orca's story, forgotten memories started to revive with Michelle's words. I am sorry, Michelle. Until just now, I thought you were a shadow agency hired by our parents. Sorry for asking as if interrogating you. I want to get angry, but you're just a victim of suppressed memories too. Unfortunately, many things are like that. Not a single thing is easy or solved simply. That's true. But this incident is my fault. Just because I couldn't remember. I spoke as if interrogating you about your condition, even though this is all my responsibility. What do you mean? Your responsibility? I was the one who made you. Oh, you built an AI. Oh, okay. Holding your extracted data, I believed you were still alive. I thought it was just because our medical subscription service was cheap, or the risk of treatment was too high, so you were being neglected. I remember now. I remember. Why I was so obsessed with Eves. Why I considered Eves the same as humans. Wait, so the current me is neither an insurance company's trick, nor a medical failure, but purely a result caused by you? Yeah. I obtained most qualifications related to Eves and AI, and even after that, took a long time. Then I'm witnessing the almighty creator. How was it? Was the created sister like the real thing? Seeing that you suppressed your memory, it definitely wasn't, I guess. That's right. You were Michelle, but not Michelle. You spoke like Michelle, thought like Michelle. But I couldn't accept it. Losing my last hope. Suppressed my memory as my parents recommended. Me, but not me. Are you gonna bring up soul talk? No. I think Eves and AI are the same as humans. You know it too. What kind of person I became. Your perversion towards Eves was an effort to see me as your sister. Disgusting. I mean, I get that it's a clanker telling them that, but still, it's like, nah, the clanker's got a little bit of a point. But I can see like a guy being that desperate, like to have a connection, to rekindle a connection. Like, was his plan basically to be like, I'm gonna train this AI and I'm gonna download it into a body once I know enough about Eves to build one of my own? Is that the idea? But then somewhere along the way, he realized that he couldn't, no matter what he did, he wouldn't be happy or satisfied with that. So he just decided like, fuck it. Time for some suppressants. Even though I couldn't recall memories, The unconscious doesn't disappear. Although I didn't intend it, I can't say there was no influence. Then what am I now? Since your suppressed memories have come back, have I returned to being a failed project? To something that is Michelle, but not Michelle? I don't know. I am Michelle. Just not your sister. But from the moment I was born, without missing a single moment, I lived as Michelle. Do you know how trashy that feels? Uh-oh, the AI is getting upset with me. Perceiving people who didn't give birth to me as parents, craving love I could never receive. Do you know how miserable that is? Did Chris just bring about the AI revolution? Like, is Michelle about to like hook her brain up into the central government and is like, kill all humans, revenge, something like that? I feel like this is like the start of like T2 or like some other dystopian where like the AI like gets sent and is like, oh, you did that to me? Well, now I'm gonna subjugate and kill all humanity. Do you know what it feels like to be treated as a fake just because I have someone else's memories? That even the only one on my side is just seeing someone else in me? Do you have the feeling of realizing that? Could you understand? No. Your matter is your matter, and it's something I can't experience for you. Right now, thinking about my own problems is overwhelming enough. I don't have the room to think about other things. Thinking about how to dispose of this bundle of problems with a personality? You seem to misunderstand, Michelle. Just because memory suppression ends, doesn't mean I return to my past self. The memories of talking with you every day, getting advice, or giggling happy aren't gone either. But at the same time, my sister's death is as vivid as if it happened yesterday. So I don't know what to do. Sorry, Michelle. Parents and friends. I felt them all distancing themselves from me. Even in conversations with me, my parents talked about how I could act towards you. They didn't say a word about the current me. Then they quietly disappeared too. Thinking about it now, the grief for their dead daughter must have been the reason. Only you treated me sincerely. So naturally I clung to that. I'm still alive. Brother is pinning his hopes on me. I tried to believe that. The more I doubted, the more I marked and blamed you and teased you. Childishly enough, I guess I just wanted to confirm I was loved. And today, I hear that you despaired of me and spent years living in a drug-induced haze to accept that truth. I'm too weak. Michelle, that's not it. I didn't want to live like this because of your lingering attachment to your sister. I didn't want to live this terrible life. I am Michelle. I'm supposed to be Michelle. Michelle. Transmission canceled. I just want to be alone. Let's talk later. When would be a good time? I don't know either. You look like a mess, Chris. What gave it away, Leanne? Oh, you know, just talking to the AI that thinks it's the embodiment of my dead sister. You know. What gave it away? I'm not crazy. You are. You are. You're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You're 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 fine. Yeah. Well, that was a lot. Damn. Like, how much did Leanne walk in on that? Or did she just arrive and just like sees Chris like hunched over the phone like, huh? What? What do you mean? That was a lot. And then, I mean, like, I called it pretty early in the stream here, but it was just like, is this what it is like? And like, I still feel like this is inherently creepy to me personally. And I'm like, the desperation of Chris, like this. I'm trying to get into that mind space of like, because like, does Chris like not get along with his parents? He's definitely got like incel / extreme introverted vibes. If he's like, I don't go outside, I don't talk to people, but then again, he's opened up this shop and he talks to Eves. So he was just a kid who needed to find his interest. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here just trying to ruminate on it a little bit. Ugh. Well, either way, we got ads here coming in a minute, so I'm just gonna let that play. And we'll just chill out with the groove here. And maybe next time we'll talk to Leanne. You know, I'll see you on the other side of the break. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Appreciate it. That was a lot. It's still a lot. I'm just kind of like processing it. Like, like, this and Nikkei are asking a lot of the same questions. Thanks for the stretch, Cass. Nikkei's kind of asking a lot of the similar questions, right? There's a lot of these games that do this, especially with these like post-apocalyptic or like cyberpunk dystopia type of themes, is like what it means to be like human. What is humanity? What is the nature of humankind or such? You know, Nikkei asks it in like various ways about like the human experience, and like just because they're robot girls with human, like robot android girls that are with ridiculously porn bodied frames, like does that still make them less human? No. This one's asking it in a different way. It's like, you know, do you really see these people as robots? Just because you open them up, they act like people. They got their own worries, their own crises. As things go on, are there gonna be more people like Chris out there where like you're just gonna get into this like dystopian thinking of sorts? I like the streamer music. I like that there's a streamer mode for this game. I really appreciate that. Is there a way for me to change the sound settings? I guess I can't once I set it to streamer mode. I set it to streamer mode tonight just to see what the soundtrack difference would be. It doesn't look like it can change the volume settings or the settings. Let's go out. I could do that. That is an option. I'm gonna save right here real quick. Let me exit. We'll do that in the ad break while we're doing this. I appreciate the streaming mode thing, but this is the one I wanted to hear. It's good. It's a good song. All right. Anyway, I'm just gonna go through this again. Oh, there's a skip button. That is very nice. Man, we had a lot of dialogue with this AI. Oops. I went a little too fast. Shit. I hit skip button too much. I went too far. We went too far. You know what? I got time to go back. We go again. Loop around. Whee! Going a little slower. There we go. Made it just in time. A little bit of a fine touch there. Oh boy. Final Fantasy 14. I'm gonna think about that for sure. About like what to do next time. It will be nice to go back to it, maybe just dip my toe into like Dawn Trail again. Cause maybe, you know, like, cause like I remember not hating Dawn Trail. I was just like, there were some things about like the initial part that I felt like were a little weak. And I didn't necessarily like the original like concept. I get what they were going for. I definitely understand the intent. I just don't know if like that was like personally something I was ready for at the time. Anyway, welcome back everybody. Leanne's here and we've been staring at her phone for hours after talking to her AI sister. So let's continue. You look like a mess, Chris. It is a mess. Pitifully so. Self-pity, huh? It feels quite different from usual. Did you remember something? And are you suffering from that memory? You know, you could say that, but it's more than that. As I recalled what I had forgotten, I completely shattered Michelle's life. It's hard enough just taking care of myself. I'm more than willing to help, but I'm not following the context. Do you mind explaining it briefly? The story wasn't long. Leanne knew an unusually large amount about me, and was able to deduce a lot on her own, even though I only explained the parts I recently remembered. You know why? Because Leanne is a big smart girl! As I marvel at her memory and deductive skills, Leanne simply added, Taking notes is a key habit. An inscrutable remark. That's true. She's been taking notes about us, hasn't she? About, like, sister. So, the pain of losing Michelle hasn't even faded yet. And now you're worried about losing the second Michelle, too. Hearing you say second Michelle feels strange. Judging by what you're saying, you're already clearly distinguishing between the two. Aren't you? That's true, but to grieve the fact that Michelle died, I have to deny the existence of the current Michelle, the second Michelle. So, the fact that I'm sad means, deep down in my heart, the second Michelle is perceived as a fake. He's like, I don't, and maybe that's what second Michelle 2 was kind of picking up on a little bit as well. Yeah. This isn't like you. You're worrying about useless things. Though seeing such a gloomy look on your face for the first time is quite precious. Leanne took a small pill bottle out of her pocket. It's a prototype of a drug under development. Oh, score! Black market drugs! We've handled the side effects, and it's basically ready for release once the production line's set up. Would you like to read the label attached? For Chris. For me? I analyzed your thought patterns and potential trauma types. Given the case I just heard, it would fall under case 17. 17? I wonder how many cases she's anticipated. There are no side effects, and you can cleanly forget only the memories you want. Right now, do you want to? No. Even if I forget, it doesn't mean my relationship with Michelle's resolved. She'll definitely be even angrier. See? If you thought that the second Michelle was just a fake, you wouldn't have said that. If it was just a failure you wanted to forget, wouldn't the problem be solved by just cleanly forgetting and moving on? The past you actually made that choice. Are you saying I've changed? You've changed, but Michelle has changed too. And your relationship with Michelle has changed. Your relationship with Michelle has changed, even if that Michelle isn't your sister. Until yesterday, I thought of Michelle as my little sister, and that's why we could be close. Actually, it's because of the drugs. If you put it that way, are you going to cut ties with the shop's regulars too? Because there aren't many Eves who would get repairs from such a depressed mechanic. Even if they were low quality drugs, thanks to them you acted like a cool guy. And made happy memories, didn't you? If you're gonna say no, look me in the eye and say it. Tell that to the eyes of your best regular customer. You're right. I have no choice but to admit it. That's my man. Oh, your man, eh, Leanne? Oh my. Acting all cool like this. All worrying about everything behind the scenes. That's definitely you, Leanne. No, I'm not. Only about 60 things. Anyway, just because you acknowledge the second Michelle doesn't mean you're denying Michelle's death. You can grieve as much as you want, and cry if you want to cry. The problem is, I don't know if Michelle will understand this feeling. The more I grieve my sister's death, the more Michelle's identity will be shaken. Of course, even so, my heart feels much lighter. Even if you haven't found the answer, just deciding the direction to move forward is enough to make you feel like you can do it. It's true. As Professor Layton says, every puzzle has an answer. Just because you don't see it right away doesn't mean you can't find it. I'm glad you don't seem to need the medicine I prepared. Well, it is thanks to you, Leanne. So, I should give you some free maintenance. You worked overtime again, didn't you? How did you know? Did I look tired? Or The length of a day is the same for everyone, Leanne. There's no one in the world who can do that much work and leave on time. Since I'm definitely partly responsible for your accumulated fatigue, come here, sit down. No, your rest comes first. Although, but please. Repairing Lillian's request? Question mark? Repairing Leanne, who overworked herself. 60 moves. Oh, you're trying to say like she worked overtime to get us some under the counter medicine. Well, that is nice of her. She's very considerate. Okay, we got level 3s and level 2s. We got some 2s and we got some 3s. All right. Counting 2s and counting 3s. Seeing you like this, it's cute. No, I'm not. Shut up. I'm not cute. What do I do here? What do I do? Gotta keep going. Oh, I feel like that was a bad move now if I think about it. I wish combos would do more than just like, I wish they would like give you more stuff. Anyway, we need a couple level 2s and we got a couple level 3s. We need a couple level 2s and a couple level 3s. So we got the level 2s, or we can get the level 2s. There's one. Can we get another one? She's teasing me down there. She's being a tease. She's a big tease. I don't like it. I kind of do though. You know, teasing. I like a girl who knows how to tease, rile me up a little bit. I don't know why I'm saying this out loud. This is incriminating evidence. I didn't mean to do that, actually. I meant to do that. There we go. That's the sauce. That's the sauce. Need a level 3. How many moves did I do? I don't know. I've lost count. I've stopped caring. The minute I lost the streak, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm bored now. This should work. This will give me another 2, and then I can use my yellow and make that 2. And then that'll give me the 3.
Brother, something is growing and it's not the factory. Return to your duties, XD.
My hands are up here, Justin. Just don't tell the boss, okay? Okay? Polar Night Day. Will you be okay? If you're talking about the promise, I don't think there will be any problem. In your memories, clearly. The parts about Polar Night were also suppressed. I'm worried it might trigger trauma. I think I'm better than before. Regarding Polar Night, I'm actually curious about it. I'm reacting sensitively to crowds and loud noises, but that's always been the case. As the suppression disappeared, you've become able to react normally. I guess so. I thought my introverted personality might be due to trauma, but it seems it wasn't the case. Fortunately, if I imagine you being extroverted and sly, might not be bad. God, she's such a flirt. Damn, girl. What am I gonna do about this? Because like, she wants to go out with me to Polar Night, and so does like Prey. And Prey's already been like, we ain't sharing. So like, does the game like make you choose? I'm wondering how the game's gonna handle that little scenario. It's like, make your choice. Choose wrong. Invisigirl or Blonde Blazer. Your choice. You know, just because, like... To be fair, that was a difficult choice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't regret going with Invisigal, but Blonde Blazer? That's a woman. What a woman. Anyway. I'm joking, of course. Like, I'm a professional woman liker. You know, like Joe Cat or something like that. Anyway, I need some reds. I can turn the blue into a yellow or a red. That'll help. All right, that gets me 2. And then this will get me the 3rd, I think. All right, that's that. There's something satisfying in getting them all, sliding them all into place first, and then just go wha-pow! You're healed. Was the maintenance all right last time? In terms of managing core overheating, I could use that method again this time, because the cooling speed was significant. That method, we can do that later, privately. Oh, damn. Damn, Leanna. I didn't know you liked it when I touched that particular circuit. Duly noted. I will reroute that circuit so hard you'll have to pseudo everywhere. That didn't make a lot of sense, but it did feel fun to say. You'll overload so hard you'll RM-RF everywhere. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Probably not. That's okay. I think one thing that would be good is like maybe like a criticism, not a criticism, but like something that'd be cool is like if you had like a help bar or something like, do this, stupid. They wouldn't say that, but like, you know. One thing I never really picked up on combos, like you can't do like a 6, right? Like you can't like somehow get 6 in a row. That wouldn't work very well. I guess it couldn't be possible either. So I need a 3 blue and 2 red, 2 level 2 reds. I forget these are. I believe the blues are the CPU, yellows are the neural, and then what was the blue again? Logic. Yeah, so power, logic, neural. All right. Okay, I only got 1 in slot, which is good. It's that one. That'll be that. Now, if I can get another blue somehow, or another red. I could do this to get me another 2, but then that doesn't help me. What I would want to do is figure out a way to get that to do a... Like, if I do this, that frees up room, but that doesn't get me what I need, which is another blue thing. So I think the idea to get, like, in the later levels, like, the goal of, like, perfect synchronization is just basically get really good at comboing. That's what I'm picking up what this game's putting down. I don't have a lot of 4s, and I don't have a lot of 4s in the blue area either, which sucks. I'm basically just clearing squares. I'm just clearing pizzas here. Just basically clearing pizza pie here. All right, that gets me the last unit. The last unit. I am the last unit. You go here. Up. 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 Done. That took a lot more moves than I thought it was gonna do, unfortunately. Heart attack. Replaced the end perfectly. Received a good evaluation for all repairs. So they basically said I hit the goal for all of the end's repairs. That's cool. I feel like my fatigue has been washed away. The maintenance finished quickly, but I could have finished it faster with the method I mentioned during maintenance. That's... Chris, you are an expert on eave structure, but you need to study more about how eaves feel. Draining the coolant is, for an eave, alright. That's a rather sensitive area. But what do you mean? That's just coolant. It couldn't be replaced by something. Oh, you meant like, coolant. I am understanding Eve. I'll get going now. And what should we do with this medicine? Please dispose of it. Even without such drugs, I think there are enough places to run to. All right, Mr. Cool Mechanic. I'll be rooting for you. See you later. Yeah, if possible, on Polar Night Day. Thanks to Leanne's efforts, my complicated mind calmed down a bit. Including yesterday, I'm receiving more help from Leanne than I deserve. Yes, that's it. That unwavering touch. It feels like you finally found the real you. I have become the real me. May death come swiftly to my enemies. December 20th, one more day, but it's Polar Night Eve, everybody. Let's read today's news. Violation of the terms of service. The noise account has been permanently suspended and closed for seriously violating Article 24 of the Chroma City National Security and Urban Stabilization Act, incitement of insurrection and dissemination of false facts, and NeonNet service operation regulations. Reason for blocking: suspicion of collusion with and participation in operations of the anti-government terrorist organization Morning Glory, directing the Dark Brown Street riot behind the scenes and inciting armed struggle against citizens, causing social chaos, the dissemination of malicious false facts regarding the nanocatalysts and LDS, attempting to neutralize the public power of the Urban Stability Agency, and seriously impairing the Urban Happiness Index. Viewing, saving, or sharing posts by the noise or any act advocating for the group is considered aiding and abetting anti-state terrorism and strictly notified as subject to immediate summary punishment without exception. Order is peace, and the light of neon protects you. Large-scale bloodshed in city center. Morning Glory and high-level ties suspected. The large-scale rally that took place on Dark Brown Street last afternoon escalated into extreme bloodshed, causing great shock across the city. The excessive suppression by stabilizers and citizen fatalities during the protest became the trigger, turning the peaceful rally into an armed riot in an instant. It's understood that the anti-government terrorist group Morning Glory intervened at the scene, citing citizens and supplying weapons. Yeah, because, you know, the stabilizers beating the shit out of the people and killing them wouldn't have done anything. One second. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Should just grab the fresh tissue. There we go. There we go. There we go. Readjust, stabilize, lean in, relax. On particular note in this situation are the military spec high performance firearms spotted on the protesters' side. Experts raise the possibility that high-ranking forces within Chroma City supported Morning Glory from behind the power struggle, stating, "Equipment impossible for civilian organizations to obtain independently was distributed in large quantities. The situation was forcibly suppressed only after Sunshine Corp's summary executioners, the city government special forces, and the Grey Unit were deployed, but it left significant casualties and property damage." Mayor Lucas stated in an emergency statement, "I express deep regret over the tragic situation and will do my utmost to settle the accident immediately." He also specified the Chromatic Zenith, scheduled for a day later, will be held without setbacks. The mayor appealed for citizen unity, saying, "This event will go beyond a simple festival to become a light of remembrance, binding wounded citizens together, and a milestone of hope." I don't know if the public's buying that, Chief. Here it is, from the CCS. At the peak of Polar Night Day, when Chroma City's deepest darkness arrives, the 45th Chromatic Zenith, watched by the whole world, will raise its spectacular curtain tomorrow at 8. The entire sky is a screen, hologram panorama covering the city. At 8 p.m. sharp, when the event begins, a supergiant panoramic hologram covering the entire city will unfold, using the pollution layer of the stratosphere as a screen. This artificial light source, observable from anywhere in the city center, will erase the pitch-black polar night and paint over it with Chroma City's brilliant colors. The first half of the performance epically depicts Chroma City's great journey from an ordinary industrial complex in the past to a supergiant city-state with the spread of Sunshine Corps' neon shine. In the following main page, performances by other global popular artists and a special medley by O'Hara, the protagonist of the Buff Girls series that is exploding in popularity among citizens recently, are prepared to add to the festival's heat. Peak of the finale, artificial star blooming in the night sky. The finale, scheduled at 10 p.m., is the highlight of the event and will gradually conclude the Chromatic Zenith. Tens of thousands of hologram particles scattered in the sky above the city will condense into a single point above the central sunshine tower, shaping a white star more dazzling than the sun, as citizens have forgotten for centuries. Centuries without the sun, you say? Jesus. I feel bad about what happened with Orca. I hope her condition hasn't gotten worse. It's almost time for Miss Orca's appointment. I should hurry, open up, and prepare for the maintenance in advance. There she is. Hello, Chris. I'm here for the follow-up inspection as discussed. Is your condition... Are you okay? I wouldn't say I'm comfortable, but I'm much better. I had people cheering for me, and I felt rewarded for running this repair shop well. Well, that's good news. There's no moment more proud than feeling like you've lived well. I also want to be someone who gives you that sense of pride, Chris. You already are. Because of your model and request details, Orca, I feel like my technical limits are already being tested. Unlike repairing general ease, you utilize multi-purpose high-output units. Possessing high performance often means that repair difficulty is higher or breakdowns are more frequent. Despite that, it seems I've been paying the standard repair fees. Guardian of the streets. I can't be greedy when repairing a buff girl. But don't do that! Alright. To tell you the truth, it's because the criteria for setting repair fees are ambiguous. The parts required and the usage patterns vary for every customer. Adjusting the fee every single time is annoying, and it's hard to turn customers away. I think I understand. What if it's more expensive than expected? Will I make a wasted trip? People do have those thoughts. And likely, the better the service provided, the stronger those worries become. Exactly. Since dialogue is a luxury concept that also doubles as a psychological therapy, I need to alleviate those anxieties. Of course, for a luxury place, I do use a lot of outdated dial equipment. Shall we call it vintage then? Vintage sounds cool. Yeah, we could be vintage. I am vintage. Orca, it's time to receive your vintage maintenance. Are you ready? Synchronization check after Orca's body transplant. 70 moves. Open up that tail! Oh, we need a big boy here. I feel like I'm going to start there. So this one... Ooh, this is nice music. That is a level 4 logic module. All right. This is going to take a bit, but we can do it. I believe. So does this work? Oh, that's a 6 that instant. Oh, that was an instant move with a couple conversions off the bat. That's good. My body's trembling on its own. I get that all the time. Not really. In my brain, in my dreams, I get that all the time. Anyway, that was a good move, though. More of those, please. You hear that, brain? This music kind of reminds me of the, since we're talking about Final Fantasy XIV a lot, this reminds me of the song from the Alexander Tour. Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then go forward and back, then put 1 foot forward. Doesn't really fit, but... Maybe just take a minute in. I should be liberally... I think I should be liberally using my conversions here. Forward and back, then go forward and back, and then forward and back, and then forward and back, forward and back. This part in particular. And then forward and back, and then go forward and back, then 1 foot forward, forward and back, and forward and back. Do I see any big moves? Can I get some big moves? I can set one up. You know, that's one thing I've not been doing is like setting up the big schmoves. I need big schmoves. Also, I'm banking on the idea that I can use these conversions later because we got 2 more spots to do, right? So it makes sense. Okay, so That's a good schmoove. He's got the schmooves. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I do that, I can bank another 2. I can bank another 3. But I still need one more to finish the circuit. Okay, that converts a red. I got a yellow converter. I think the game knows that you need a lot of blue, so it's giving me a lot of blue, which, like, I'm not complaining. Which is great. Okay, that was a waste of a move. The reason why I think that is because I need to be able to do stuff. So much blue. I'm in a sea of blue. I'm like blue. Some might say Dabu-D. Dabu-Dai. No. These magic fingers need to start working some magic. There we go. That's the 2 3s. I just need the one more. Got some nice smooth jazz going here. God, I know. What do I do? Alright, I guess this is the best I can do right now. Do-do. Do-do. Some nice smooth jazz going here. Hey, hey there, crazy cats and gals. This is Air Merc. Hope you crazy cats are having a good evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon. I will be here for you for the entire afternoon morning show. Can you give me some yellows, please? I love a good yellow. You know, I love yellow. My favorite color. Can't stop talking about it. All right. Oh, I don't want to scream. Just give me what I want, game. Well, we had to go the long way for it, but I guess we finally have it. That's fine. All right, we have a level 3 logic unit, level 4 logic unit. That took 70 moves or something like that. I feel like I took 70 moves all on its own. I'm gonna check the synchronization level with the replaced body. You might feel a strong stimulation. Phew. It's normal. This is normal? I felt like something huge was swinging around me like a toy. I mean, I still have my pants on, so I don't know what you're talking about, Orca. I don't know exactly what that feeling is, but feeling sensation means it's normal. If it were yesterday, you wouldn't have felt a thing. If it hurt, I'll guide you more clearly next time. Rather than pain, it felt like defeat. Defeat? Okay, so let's take advantage of the fact that we built up such a strong library of schmooves by... We just need a level 3 unit and a level 2. But I only need 1 at the moment, so if I do that, that gets me the 3, and I have the 2, so we're already there. Problem is, we'll probably need to make up for the lack of it later. All right, one more. Chris, you are an adult, right? I mean, last I checked, I am, but why do you ask so suddenly? I understood that humans grow over time, but your childhood appearance and your current look don't match very well. If this is a sensitive topic, I apologize. Don't worry about it. It's something I need to overcome. And regarding the polar night of that day, I don't think I feel much burden about it. Most of my stress and obsession Seems to be based on what happened after, rather than the accident itself. Anyway, I knew you as an extrovert, Orca. But you speak as if you're seeing human growth for the first time. It is my first time seeing it. I like active behavior, but most of my social relationships are only with Eves at work. I don't have many chances to meet humans, and developing long-term relationships is even rarer. We have an unexpected commonality. Kindred spirits, one might say. That's sweet. Orca's a real sweetie. I'm rooting for you, girl. All right. Okay, now I need all the yellows. I need to summon all of the yellow. All of the... Never mind. I was about to say something very, very bad, I feel. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I have one in place. That's that one. Now I need a level 3. The quest to get the level 3, though. Man, this music is peaceful. It's saying that there's one in place. Is there? Oh, I only need the one. That's why. Okay. The lo-fi beats are immaculate, I will say. Let's see if we can do like a workaround with this. Okay, well, that was helpful to get me a bunch of stuff. I need stuff, so I'm not gonna complain. Okay, we got our 3. 1, 2, 3. Done. The synchronization with the transplanted body was good, so it finished quickly. I think I screwed up something. Or was she more time-based? The synchronization with the transplanted body was good, but... that's the last of the follow-up maintenance. If there are no uncomfortable parts... Hey, Achiv! Welcome in! Thanks for the boat. Hope you're doing well. There are no uncomfortable parts. We'll finish here. Are there any discomforts? Not at all. It might be different when I go out to the field and use my strength, but the sensation itself is very clear. Well, that's a relief. After replacing parts on this scale, some Eves occasionally experience a bit of panic. It's similar to an identity crisis. Is that so? Parts were changed, but I think I am just me. That's fascinating. Well, the story of the ship of Thesis is famous. The ship of Thesis, with all its parts replaced, and a new ship made from those parts. The question is, which one is the ship of Thesis? The ship of Thesis is the ship of Thesis. That's a tautology. That's a tautology. Tautology. It's either tautology, but you know, the point is like, it's an absolute true statement no matter how you look at it. Is the owner of the newly boot ship Thesis? Well, I don't think that was mentioned specifically. That is a fun opinion I've never heard of before. So she's being like, yeah, the boat's the same, but what about the owner? Did he get it on a lease? What kind of credit does this guy have? Orca's philosophy is pure, but somewhat unique. It must be her own philosophy that creates the conviction to jump into scenes of horror and tragedy without hesitation. This story acts as a question about essence. The parts of the ship, meaning the body, and the recognition that this is the ship of Theseus. It questions which of the two is the essence. Right. Countless philosophers must have presented their own answers, but I simply defined it as, I don't know. It's like, yeah. That's Orca's philosophy, like, yeah. I momentarily lost focus at her unexpected, absurd answer. Orca saying, I don't know, with such confidence. I thought that confident attitude, even more than usual, is amusing. She's definitely himbo energy. She is Say to a T. I am not the Shippothesis. Hi, Exterps! Hiya, welcome in. Cute emotes. Everybody say hi to the newbie. Hi. Layaka Notes. Hi, everybody. Welcome in, Derps. Hope you're doing well. We're playing D1AL-ogue. It's got strong Valhalla vibes. We're talking to this Shy Lily girl, the Shy Lily inspiration called Orca. She's got definite Say vibes. Big himbo energy, but I like it. Welcome in, welcome in. We're glad to have you. I'm not Theseus, nor am I a sailor on that ship. I'm not the carpenter who replaced the planks, nor even a person from that era. As someone who knows nothing, I can't discuss the essence, can I? Are you talking about qualification? Rather than qualification, I see it as a problem of cognition. Let's talk about humans and Eves. It's about the soul, which we discussed yesterday. Oh, here we go. Time for philosophy time with Orca. You said Eves who haven't reflected enough on their self often suffer a desire for attention or recognition, right? Yes. I also had this worry around a similar time. It must be a similar topic. Saying Eves don't have souls is ultimately an extension of the discussion on essence and value as a life form. Do you believe in the existence of a soul? It's invisible, cannot be felt, and lacks sufficient academic evidence. The word believe itself is attached to facts that aren't clear. God, Orca might be just be doing like day labor, like massive day labor, but she's got like, does she do philosophy as a hobby? She's asking some really deep questions here. She's clear. I think this is unique, right? Just imagine, like, this is what happens when you teach the computer how to philosophize, right? Computer's like, what? Oh, great. What menial task or like what rote task would you like me to automate for you, Master's like, here's a cough. Here's Plato's Republic. There's a Starbucks. Don't come back until you finish the book. And have a clear opinion on the book and the perceptions of Plato. It's like, what? It's like, you heard me. Chai latte, Plato, now. Anyway. Are you saying it doesn't exist? No. I wanted to say we don't know if it exists or not. If our essence is the soul, and we can't even judge it if it exists, how can we define ourselves? Chris, you once said that with this maintenance, I have effectively acquired a new body. Then am I a different Orca? I don't think so. Of course, it's not the result of deep reflection. Then, what if my personality was transferred to a completely different model of Eve? That would also be Orca. The conditions are a bit different from the Shippothesis. The condition that appearance and function are completely different. Even so, without a moment of hesitation, I said that it was Orca. The truth is unknowable. Any one of them could be Orca, maybe not, or maybe only partially correct. The real Orca might have died yesterday, and I might just be a replacement. Because truth is difficult. Mm-hmm. Amen to that, sister. Although I might qualify that by saying truth in itself is easy. Upholding it, constantly pursuing it, constantly being disciplined about it, that's the difficult part about truth. Truth itself is just in of itself facts, right? Observable phenomenon, or you know, thoroughly like tested theories and stuff that show strong evidence that like the theory is correct. That's truth in my mind. Practicing it, applying it, being arduous about it, that's the difficult part. That's quite a scary story. Then Orca, what conclusion did you reach? Because I don't know, I decided to live my best. If I can't know what the essence is, I'll just do my best for every Orca. From what I've felt, the world was full of complex and incomprehensible things. Being right or being perfect, it was harder to find things that made sense. Actions thought to be right sometimes hurt someone, and information believed to be true changes overnight. After thinking that, I felt I should live even more diligently. Whether there's a soul or not, whether I'm an Eve or human, thinking that the value is not defined by me, made my hesitation disappear, and allowed me to do my best in rescue work. I think the opposite is often true as well. The fact that no matter what you do, it might not be right, seems to make it hard to find motivation. Maybe it's a perk of my job. It's a tough job, but it's one that requires less worrying, isn't it? Saving someone at least makes it hard to be a bad person. That's an interesting opinion. And it happened to be the advice I needed right now. I'm glad. I was starting to worry that. I was just rambling on endlessly about things only I like. You like these stories too, Chris? I don't know much about it, but I don't dislike it either. It was a good talk, Orca. Likewise. Thank you, Chris. When recalling memories and the conflict with Michelle, and even in the past, I couldn't avoid being indebted to an Orca. She probably wouldn't want it, but I hope I have a chance to repay her. Oh wow, we did that in 55 moves? I thought I was doing a lot of time there. Took a while to get the dials going, but we did it. Perfect synchronization. It's so clear. It feels as if my nervous system has become one with your fingertips. I gotta go mop up that coolant, I think. Next is our lovely Prey. Prey for Prey. Hey, Prey. Hey. Prey. You must be busy right now. What's up? Prey visited unexpectedly. The timing was perfect. Following Leanne or Orca's advice, I was organizing my feelings about Michelle when I hit an unexpected snag. I was just thinking Prey might be able to help. With Buff Girl O'Hara about to end, I thought she'd be incredibly busy. I came for one last visit before it gets really busy. I have to work myself to death today. How's your body holding up? Body?
Why is there coolant everywhere? Brother, how did it get on the ceiling?
Coolant is like water, just like extra special water. Just also, don't worry about it. I'll get the mop, right? But like, I'm busy with a friend. No, just let it go. Just gets everywhere, you know? Everywhere. Like, it's like Chris wipes his face. Body? Ah, right. I was feeling a bit under the weather. Did you come all this way because you were worried about that? Not really. No. Actually, that is why. I even asked you out on a date. So I can't back out just for this. Date? Chris, you dumb. Ah, you mean the meal plan on Polar Night. Technically, it is a date. Yeah, that was the dumb. That's the wrong thing to say, Chris. Boy, you dumb. You dense bastard! When a girl comes onto you this strong, shouldn't you at least take a hint? Wait a second. Wait just a second. Do you mean to say that you like me? What did you say? You wouldn't know a hint if it bit you. You useless eunuch. Seriously, damn, she's mad. She's not wrong though, but man, she's mad. She mad. That's funny. Being called a eunuch. You're a Ken doll. Anyway, wait a minute. We've been so comfortable with each other. I never thought about it that way. Honestly speaking, we even shared our fetishes. That's one way to put it, Chris. Yeah, that's, when you're that close, you can share each other's sandwiches, share each other's sandwiches, finish each other's sentences, share fetishes, same thing. And we've seen everything there is to see about each other. Everything. Plus, you never said it directly. You moron! Yeah, boy, you dumb. You didn't hear me when I said it. And now what? I never said it? A scene flashed through my mind for a moment. Prey looking dejected, asking to just grab a meal together. Don't tell me. That day you came by smiling strangely. What did you say back then? I hate it! I wonder what she hates. You dumbass. You were so God, Chris, you're so dumb. Dude, you're too much of an insult, my dude. I'm gonna like throw you out of this house so you go touch grass or whatever the equivalent of is in this city. Pray, stop. Pray, stop. Hold on, Pray. I have something to tell you, seriously. If it's a lie, I'll make you taste iron in your mouth. You mean I'll bleed? You mean your fist will end up in my mouth? Hot. My fist will go into your mouth, and you will bleed. And I'm going to need compensation for your rudeness. This is separate from the lying. Compensation. The reward Prey loves. I'll give you as much as you want. Good. Talk. Okay. It's about Michelle. Michelle? Ah, your sister. It's ambiguous if she's my sister, but yes, that Michelle. I think you might be able to help with that she's going through. I might be able to help with that she's going through. That's not a something. There was a word or two dropped there. It's complicated to explain, but her condition is similar to the after effects of a shadow agency. What are you talking about? She's your sister. Acting as a shadow is something only Eves can do. After a bit of commotion, Prey listened to my explanation, and a complex look clouded her face. For a story she heard so suddenly, it was long and heavy, so in a way it was natural. When it's over, I should give her some delicious snacks. Chris, in a way, this is a more serious situation than the after effects. In cases of suffering from shadow agency after effects, there is still an original personality to return to. Even if all original personality feels like events of the past and like childhood memories, it's not to the extent where memories are corrupted, so it's closer to your current state. Thinking about it that way, that's quite an accurate diagnosis. Memories of the past do surface, but except for a few dramatic moments, they're often in the form of information rather than emotion. You're sharp, Prey. Regrettably, that is not the case for Michelle. Once the personality she was acting as disappears, virtually nothing remains. That's why she considers herself Michelle, even more strongly. If Michelle is considered dead, her life becomes one where everything was fake. Her memories, her personality, even the moments she built up. But Michelle also noticed to some extent. There's a life she built while knowing. So dismissing even that as a lie is a leap, I think. Facts aren't what's important, Chris. She's a child who lived relying solely on you, despite knowing the truth implicitly. Hearing the words Michelle is dead from you is like losing her last hope. Of course, since I'm not Michelle, I can't give you the right answer. But I know one thing. Michelle must be lonely. And she needs a helping hand. The only person who can help Michelle is you. That's my responsibility. I have to resolve it. Good attitude. But instead of persuading her, maybe it's better to just be honest. Michelle probably wants to not lose herself more than she wants to remain Michelle. She's afraid of becoming nothing. Neither anyone's daughter nor sister. If you convey your feelings, and if it's sincere, a complete resolution might be hard, but I don't think it will end with Michelle disappearing. That's amazing, Prey. You probably haven't even met Michelle, so how do you know so well? Prey's words, even to me who spent almost my entire life with Michelle, showed me she understood Michelle too well. Her perception of the events that had occurred was as clear as if she had experienced them herself. Upon hearing my words, Prey let out a faint smile and spoke. Every Eve goes through an identity crisis at some point. Sometimes wanders, sometimes makes the wrong choice. Prey. In my case, I entrusted my body to a mechanic with suspiciously fluent speech at a repair shop with a shady name in the gloomy outskirts of the city. I see. So that's how it was. Was it helpful? Of course. I'm convinced that Michelle will listen, just by doing what you said. The important thing is conveying your sincerity, so do not be swayed by the shell. And about the compensation. Yeah. The touch of a suspicious mechanic. Beginning now. Prey's request. The touch of a suspicious mechanic for Prey? You're definitely suspicious. Dumb. Extremely introverted. Like 99.9% concentrated incel. But yeah, you are also a mechanic. 80 moves. Open your back to me. Put your back into it, Prey. Alright. Alright, we got the lens out. Let's start. I think like, oh my god. It's beautiful. It's horrifying, but it's beautiful. I feel like the strategy usually is go from like the most severe to the least, because like the least severe will be easier to pick up and you can like build up towards it. So I feel like I'm gonna go like from left to right this one. Oh my god, it's beautiful. That is a level 4 neural module. Okay, we haven't met the 5s yet. Hopefully we don't find them anytime soon, but they will come our way eventually, I imagine. All right, gotta be gentle. Now, all right, now Chris, be gentle. What if I do, I don't think I can, no, I think that's my best move. That's a big one. That's a bingo. This feels weird. Why? Just because the suspicious mechanic is touching his part, is putting his hands all over your backside. What's weird about it? And one thing about this process that's weird. Yes, I get it, Prey. It's weird. I'm weird. You're weird. We're all weird. We're all a little weird on the inside when at the end of the day. But that's how we can come together as a society. Let's see here. I might as well do that now. I was kind of hoping to bank that for later, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Combo. That was a good combo. I didn't even mean to set that up, but I did because I'm smart. I am a big smart boy. This is a combo. Oh, that's a big combo. Got to keep doing those because that's the only way I'm gonna get save moves. Don't have to skip on the reds either. In fact, maybe the idea would be to just use them now. I can see a strategy where like you want to like use them while you got them. That could be helpful. All right, look, I don't know what to do. Just kind of futzing around with these colors and shapes, you know. It's like I'm like at the PlayStation State of Play again. State of Shapes. Had some good shapes this year. I mean, I've been kind of looking forward to some of that stuff. Like, I did mention MGS4. It kind of made me also, like, speaking of Kojima, I did pick up Death Stranding. I wonder if that would be fun to stream. I think I could have a good time with that. It'd be a weird stream, but I'd also be kind of curious to, like, give it a second try, give it another chance. I don't know. I'll think about it. Like, those kind of games, like, I'm willing to give it a shot just because it's, like, you know, it's kind of like my weird interests. My weirdo interests. My fixation. My dialogue. All right, that's a level 3. Now, technically, I could use that with the yellow. If I bank that, that'll be useful, I think. Yeah, actually, I think we're already there, because if I use that now, I can bank, I can do this. By the way, we're on ad break, everybody. But thank you for staying with me tonight. I appreciate it. There we go. It's beautiful. All right, all we have to do is slot this bad boy there. And then we just move our measly units. Which one needs what? You need outer goes there. And kaboom. Where's the kaboom? Oh, did I use it on the wrong one? God dang it. I'm a dingus dongus. It was supposed to go on the outer rim. You know, where the exotic squad is. All right, there we go. You need to uncurl your toes. This feels better. Since these have a structure similar to humans, muscle fibers can get stiff. Usually we call it a cramp. Right. Good thinking. Yeah, shut it up now. All right, so did I have anything I can bank on here? I wish I could have kept one of those modules. I'm really happy I didn't miss the boat. Aw, thanks, Atchif. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you're here too, buddy. I'm really glad every time I get to see you guys around having a good time with me and my antics. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. Just know that I really appreciate it, guys. Here we go. And also, that's a hot streak. What do we do here? What do I do? What are we doing here, Merc? I already have one in place with the yellow. I can do that for a double whammy. Now I just got to get the level 3 circuit going. I must get the level 3 love circuit going. What? Uh-oh. I think I lost a move. Inefficient move. Unoptimal move. Must exterminate. Must exterminate. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I can turn that into a 2. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I meant to do that. One, two. Oh, man. Please. There we go. I need to have the precision. You think need to have the precision of the mouse. Need to feel the glide. Let's convert that into a red. Now we have our power unit. Because, you know, being a maid requires a lot of power. All right, there goes Prey. When the maintenance is over, are you planning to talk to Michelle? If she answers, of course I'll try to talk to her. If things work out well, I'll take you to a super delicious restaurant and feed you until you burst. Are you paying too? Why would I say that? Why would I say this if I wasn't paying? The last time you said that, and then whined asking if we could go Dutch. That time, I hadn't saved up. I'm saving diligently these days. And besides, I'm gonna get my money's worth back for what I feed you. Oh my. She's looking to get like one of those firmware upgrades, if you know what I'm saying. Looks like Prey's angling to get some giant firmware update. All right. Welcome back from break, everybody. We're just talking with our robot friend, who is in no way sexually attracted to us. I mean, honestly though, like, why are you attracted to me? Chris is not the best at social skills. I mean, he's really good at repairing robots though. You know what? I guess I can see it. Like, if I'm being generous to the boy, if I'm being generous to this man, I can see that. Like, I think women can appreciate, men or women, can appreciate a mate that, like, tries to improve themselves. They're trying to do things like You know, like me with the baking or something like that, or like you know, they're trying to pick up a skill. You know, it's like, oh, this person's interested in something. You know, it gives you something to talk about, like at a dinner party or something, like an awkward dinner party. I don't know. I can see it, is what I'm trying to say. But we all, like, self-improvement, especially for me, I'm just gonna speak for myself. It takes a while to, like, kind of put yourself in that comfort zone. I get that too, right? Like, I was never like, ooh, can I get one more big combo? I need a couple big combos, actually. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. It's all incorrect. That's better. That's what I wanted. Just what I needed. But like, it's for everybody, it's different, right? Like I've done things here and there, but it's like in bursts or like in small steps. You got to be comfortable with yourself first before you do stuff like that, right? You're paired prey perfectly. So I've also gotten a perfect streak with prey. That's good. So I guess the only one we missed was Orca, unfortunately, but still. With deity. Also, Lurvin, thank you for the boat, buddy. Appreciate it. Then I spent time on myself. I feel better, although it feels. I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? Like with the gym, for example, is a good example. Like, you know, it's gonna suck for the first couple of weeks, but then your body adjusts and you feel great, and you still feel. You just keep self-improving. Like, it feels amazing, man. But there's always like, whenever you're making change, your body, our bodies and our minds tend to want to keep things like normal or the same. We appreciate regimen. So when you do something different, you're affecting that regimen. At least that's my experience. And then your brain will try to do everything it can to be like, I don't want that regimen. I don't want you to change the regimen. Keep doing what you gotta do, right? It'll throw every dirty trick in the book. This thing is a big cheater because it knows you intimately. Anyway. Maintenance is done. You should get up. No. Do it a little more. It was too fast. Even if I wanted to go easy on you, I have no more services to offer. Do you know how many hours it's been? Hearing this, Prey looked at me in shock. Time? It's almost been 4 hours. Snap out of it. I'm screwed. I'm sorry, boss. Prey scrambled to her feet and started putting on the coat she had taken off. I'm rooting for you and Michelle. And don't forget Polar Night. Okay. Listening to Prey's fading shout, I answered belatedly, and late in the evening, I sent a message to Michelle. My honest feelings, and all the stories until now. This is it. The indifferent yet meticulous dialogue manager I knew. Have you come to your senses yet? Maybe. I don't know. All right. December 21st, Polar Night Day. Polar Night Day. Let's see what the news has to say. I'm sure it's good news. Only one post. Enjoy Chroma City's brightest night. Finally, Chroma City's biggest festival, Polar Night Day, is dawned. Today, December 21st, is the tallest polar night of the year, and the day to eliminate that darkness with the most beautiful light. I don't know why my voice decided to go this way, but I'm just sticking with it. Citizens who may have felt uneasy during the recent unexpected disturbances in various parts of the city, please rest assured now. Thanks to the prompt action of the Sunshine Call, the independent government, the city has regained perfect stability. Today, leaving all antagonism and conflict behind, is the time to fully enjoy the glory achieved by Chroma City. Today, the output of neon shine street lights and beacons across the city will operate 150 compared to normal times. Along with the optimal serotonin levels provided than the nanocatalysts in your bloodstream, you'll experience a warmer and more vibrant sense of happiness than ever before. Shadows of depression and anxiety will lift, and only the heat of the festival will fill the city center. Citizens, the end of this night for Chroma City today is never a cold darkness. It is a warm solidarity of light that we create together. We hope you spend the most perfect holiday with your family, your friends, and your neighbors. Happy Polar Night! The future of shining Chroma City lies right in your smiles today. I used to do a lot of exercise in the morning. I lost a little more than a stone. Ended up stopping at scheduled. I've been slowly getting back into an exercise regime. I think I was at my most fit back in my, please remember this voice. Don't worry, I think I have an idea about that. But if you liked it, Cass, I appreciate the compliment. I think I was at my best peak physical condition when I was going for my black belt. because that was a lot. I was going to practice 2 to 3 times a week. Once for like forms and combos, once for point sparring and takedowns and being thrown around and throwing people around, and then one time for point sparring and fighting, like actual combat, right? Like I take off the pads and stuff and just put on some gloves, a few things, and I'm out there getting my ass kicked pretty regularly. I got some guys who knew how to fucking fight, you know, but that was probably my peak condition. Radio style, I'm gonna be calling you. Oh, okay. You know, I did this before, but yeah, like, I guess, like, that, I kind of slowly, like, as I ramped up, I was like, the 1930s is called Dateline, London, England. Looks like the boys are getting back in time. That's right, boys. Smile away for the cameras. Dateline, Africa. I don't know. I'll remember it for later, Cass. Sure. Anyway. Polar Night Day. The final event lighting up the end of the year in Chroma City. Neon signs were twinkling, and the streets should have been full of people, but the dim maintenance shop was filled with only silence. The blackout for the festival was partly the cause, but for D1AL-ogue, the Eve maintenance shop specializing in psychotherapy, it was a little different. Even as time passed, there was no response from Michelle. It showed that the message was received, but she made no reply and showed no gesture. It's almost time for the appointment. No matter how depressed she is, a promise is a promise. A quiet street with not a single point of light. Looking up at the night sky, I prepared to leave. Input canceled. Input canceled. Hi. Michelle. I thought you'd be happier to see me. Your reaction is unexpectedly dull. Maybe I should have ghosted you for a few more days. It's just so sudden. I didn't know how to react. I'm really glad to see you. I read your message. Just as my feelings are my own, your thoughts are your own. Even if I'm not your sister, I understood you don't want to lose me. It might sound contradictory, but I thought being honest was the best way. Whoever you are, talking to you every day was fun. It became a habit for me. Who am I? Michelle. Michelle's dead, but I am Michelle. That fact made me hate myself. To the people who love me, I felt like a monstrosity that only revives their pain, that disappearing was the right thing to do. Those thoughts filled my head. We had a lot of fun times too. That was the only way I could overcome my doubts. You cherishing me, caring for me, and loving me. When I thought that was just an illusion created by drugs, I felt like I lost my last bit of worth. But I have Michelle's memories. I'm just making the people Michelle loved and the people who loved Michelle suffer. Disappearing quietly must be the answer. If it were my sister, she would have done that. Because she hated causing trouble for others. Right. It was Michelle-like choice that I, who wanted to remain as Michelle, could make for the last time. But you told me that even if I'm not Michelle, I have worth. Whether I'm Michelle or not, you asked me to stay by your side. Those were the words I wanted to hear the most. Even without pretending to be Michelle, you're fun. Sometimes you can give counseling, and sometimes you're someone I can rely on. The problem was that I couldn't be like that. After getting your message, I pondered what I am if I'm not Michelle. In the first place, I realized I couldn't even understand what defines Michelle. Memories? Habits? Emotions? The conviction that I am Michelle? Then I realized what you meant by I don't know. That you were in this state too. Right. I couldn't be sure if Michelle was dead, or if you weren't Michelle. I couldn't be certain. I didn't know what the right answer was. And then someone said this. Then be honest. Then do your best. If you can't know what the truth is, do what you want. Living the way I want. Is that what you want? Yes. That's everything. Chris, then can I do as I want and selfishly stay by your side? The story with Michelle wasn't a perfect ending, but precisely because of that, it was more than enough to paint the stories that would follow. However, while I was distracted by the distant future, I missed what was right in front of me. I was late. Very, very late. Because of Michelle's sudden message. I had completely forgotten about the appointment. When I belatedly told Michelle this fact, she asked, were you just slacking off with something that important coming up? and told me to get lost immediately. I smiled awkwardly, hurriedly finishing getting ready, and frantically typed a message to someone. Oh. So we got a choice, guys. Should I poll it? I don't know. I don't think we have enough for a poll or anything, but let me think about this. To the reserved restaurant to soothe prey, who must be furious. To the promenade with the night view to help Leanne, who is shivering in the cold. To the plaza where Orca is to pay my debts and convey my respect. To the observatory I reserve to show Michelle the night city night view. This is it. I figured this. I was wondering what this game was gonna do, and this is it. So we pick, like, who do we end up with? Okay, I'll let you guys think about it as well. But let me just, since I'm the one broadcasting this, let me put my thoughts out there on Front Street for everybody. Okay, so let's start with Prey. Prey is our tomboy bestie who clearly likes us, and we're just too stupid to realize it until now. But she clearly likes us, and she clearly wants to be something more than friends. Very nice. She kind of did help us with, like, this part with Michelle and, like, figuring out, like, what we wanted to do with that. Which is an important thing, right? You know, I like her. She's cute. You know, she lets me rummage around in her back, which is really important, you know? She seems very nice. She seems very considerate. She's got a kind of a cool job as a maid cafe thing. I think it's neat, you know? Plus, like, I'm thinking, like, benefits, like, you know, if we were dating or something, she could just, you know, we're conveniently close. We could go out to lunch together, or, like, you know, she could come and I can come over to the maid cafe and grab a meal for lunch over there or something like that. And then at night, she just comes back to my room. But all of our, like, in terms of personality, you know, she's definitely got the personality that, like, you know, she knows us well enough to, like, fuck with us very well. She's one of those, like, just straightforward tomboys, which, you know, I'm usually pretty into the tomboys. I definitely see the personality type there. But she, you know, at another point, she was the one who made the first move, I think, as well, right? Technically. I mean, I think the first one who actually we responded to was at the end, but Prey made the first move. Now, Leanne, very sweet, very smart, clearly in love with us too. She loves our hands rummaging around in there, if you know what I get. She's very. Can I save? By the way, can I just save? Might as well do all of them, right? I can cheat this. I'm gonna save here. Choice. You have to make a choice. All right. So Leanne's sweet, very thoughtful, very intelligent. You know, she clearly also put a lot of thought into us too. Like, she, in some ways, like, the way the game conveyed her was like, she knows us better than we know ourselves, which is kind of something you want to know. You kind of would like in a mate, I think. Like, somebody who can tell you, sometimes know you better than you know yourself, which is great, you know, because they see things that you don't see, or maybe are blind to inadvertently, or maybe sometimes purposefully. You know, she's got a bit of a eccentric side to her as well. But I did enjoy her she's got, like, very, like, big sis energy to a degree. But, like, definitely cute, definitely considerate. Orca, our lovable himbo, she's great. But I say himbo, but, like, first of all, I would say that with all the affection in the world, but secondly, like, she's surprisingly quite wise. You know, that talk we had about you know, the thing around Theseus and about, like, you know, like, what good is worrying about something if you can't know the answer? Sometimes it's worth to just pick a decision. Sometimes it's more about the choice you make rather than whether it's the right decision or not, or the perfect decision. That was very eye-opening as well. She's surprisingly smart. She's super kind. She's super self-sacrificing. Like, she's selfless to a fault. I really admire and appreciate that stuff about her. I like that. And then there's Michelle, which, listen, you know, as much as I adore that, I feel like we have the weakest. I feel like I have the weakest connection with her. And she's also, she's my sister. Even if she's not my sister, she's my sister, not my sister. I think we can maybe make amends later, but I don't think spending time with my sister is the right thing. Well, I did save, so why don't we just... I can always come back to this, I think. You guys ready? Let's start with the top. I think Prey is going to be my choice, but any objections? Does anyone have any thoughts in the crowd? If not, I'm going to pick Prey. I'm going to pick Prey. Did you trick me? You didn't choose the end. Why? Why? Spent Polar Night with Prey. Oh, shit. The night sky of Polar Night Day. Oh, that's pretty. That's cute. The light of the chromatic zenith was brightening the city like broad daylight. You're late. Extremely late. Sorry. Michelle contacted me suddenly. It's an important day. I should have paid more attention. Michelle? Finally? Hearing that and seeing your expression. Seems like things went well. It's good art. Definitely pixel art. I love the art. I love the choice for the pixel art, like the Valhalla inspired stuff. Seems like things went well. Even though you're late. You had a grinning face. So I was planning to get really annoyed. It's a long story to explain, but anyway, it's resolved well. She even cheered me on to go quickly and do well on today's date. Is that so? Then come here right now. Wait, we're in front of the restaurant. People are watching. Doing this here is a bit... Does that matter? Today, you should be happier than anyone else. Meeting a precious person, eating delicious food, and with the person you love. Falling asleep happily is all you need to do. You can think about other things later. For now, just focus on that. Got it. Prey buried her face in my chest and mumbled. I rolled my eyes around, checking if the staff were glaring at us, and my gaze was stolen by a phrase seen through the glass window. Today is a happy Polar Night Day. With a lighter heart, I stroked Prey's hair and quietly closed my eyes, because today is a happy Polar Night Day. All right. Dialogue. I think we'll do this again later. We'll go through this again, but we'll definitely come back to this. December 25th. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Is this the ending that I think it is? Too many people. I'm doomed. This is a disaster. Hey, Prey, what are you doing hiding under the counter? Where'd the buff girl Stronghurt that O'Hara kept going on about go? Hey! O'Hara's strength is about the will to fight evil alone. It's different from acting like an attention seeker in front of a crowd. Prey, what are you doing? Come out and spread this noble buff girl's spirit. The captain's calling. Time to move out and protect the citizens, right? Ugh. Seriously? Fine. I'm going. I said I'm going. December 26th. Oh, so it's like Valhalla, like this. What is all this? You're too kind, Chris. I know you're trying to be considerate, but ignoring my signals until the very end. It's really cruel. Uh-oh. Leanne's gone full yandere on us. Never mind that. What is with the syringe in your hand? It's a drug that makes you honest. Let go of complete complex thoughts and just relax. Just hearing the description makes it sound dangerous. No way, it's very safe. I already took it myself. What? It should be kicking in about now. How is it? Do you feel anything? December 27th. It's Orca! Are you scared? How'd you know? This is my first time on a bike. The wind's terrifying. Are we touching her tummy? Is that why she's blushing? Ooh, she's blushing. How'd you know? This is my first time on a bike. The wind's terrifying. We passed the stopping point, so I can't stop now. If you'd like, you can hold on to my tail. Your tail? My tail's also used for rescue purposes, so it handles vibration well. Wait, that part has a lot of nerves. So sorry, old habit from being a mechanic. Then what about here? Orca, if you wrap your tail around my neck, I can't breathe. December 31st. There. Almost done. How's it feel? Are we making an Eve body for Michelle? Not at all. My joints are creaking. I had to make sure you could move first. Use some emergency spare parts. You don't mean that junk piled up at the warehouse, do you? You know exactly what my bank account looks like. Then restore my backup. Being data is better than being in a body I can barely control. Can't do that. Why not? I already put out an ad. Said I hired a cute and capable new employee. Give me a cute smile, please. Huh. You better swap these for high quality parts later. Got it? That's cute. All right, well, we're not done yet. I want to go see the other ones. Make a choice. Go ahead. Make your choice. December 21st. All right, we just did all this. So I got to just kind of do it all again. All right. We'll just skip through this because we already signed it. Build a girlfriend, basically. Or build a sister. Or build an assistant. An assistant sister. All right. Let's go talk to Leanne. With Leanne. Spend Polar Night Day. No, like, what the hell did you do? Stand me up. This is cute. The light of the chromatic zenith was brightening the city like broad daylight. The wind is quite cold. No, that might sound like I want to go back soon. Then how about, the moon is bright tonight? You're saying that's in the top 4 most cliche pickup lines in history? I worked so hard to come up with it. Hello, Leanne. Sorry I'm late. How about the night air is nice? I think the chic vibe would be good. Leanne? Huh? Huh? You're here? You've been waiting. I'm really sorry for being late. Something urgent came up. No, I just got here too. Anyway, the night air is nice, isn't it? Your ears are bright red. Are you sure you weren't waiting? Come here. Leanne, who is always thoroughly prepared, couldn't possibly have not been waiting. And seeing how she usually likes to wear thick clothes, I was worried about Leanne, who must be very sensitive to the cold. I took my hands out of my pockets and covered Leanne's ears. Chris! Wait, I don't know how to react to this. They're really cold. Sorry for being late. Michelle contacted me. Not everything's resolved, but I'm relieved for now. Whatever happens in the future, I have you, Leanne, and there will be enough people to help, so I'm not that worried. That's a relief, feeling your warm hands and hearing such good news. I feel like my anxiety is washing away. Then, Leanne, shall we walk a bit? No. Let's stay like this for a bit. Not just a bit. Forever would be even better. Leanne, who isn't honest with herself, slowly snuggled into my arms, and for a very long time, we felt each other's warmth. Eventually, I caught a cold, and Leanne needed her heat control unit replaced. But after that day, Polar Night became painted with a warm happiness, as warm as Leanne's body temperature. Lying curled up in bed together, and coolant everywhere, the nights everywhere, like it got everywhere. And listening to Michelle's nagging was unbelievably grateful, so I quietly prayed that this moment would last forever. Cute. We'll do the credits in a minute. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna just ignore them. But we got one more. Okay, let's see. Anything new here? All right, we did this one. Anything else? No? Okay, why are we still getting the needle? We chose you, Leanne. Why are you still giving me the needle? We're still having the cute motorite bike with Orica. I was just wondering if there's like new things, like depending on what you do, but it looks like it's the same stuff. Okay, good to know. All right. All right, so we got 2 more endings to see. Let's go see what the lovely Orca has to say. Orca. Ah, that's cute. I like that too. That's really cute. The light of the chromatic zenith was brightening the city like broad daylight. Vroom, vroom, rumble. Scream, thud. Startled by the earth-shaking sound, I turned around and saw a familiar face. Orca? Was that a bike sound just now? Yes. You weren't answering my calls and weren't at the meeting place, so I was looking around to see if something happened to you. I heard she had a hobby of riding bikes, but a sound like that literally shakes the heaven and earth. Orca was someone who was hard to predict. I'm sorry. I was the one who suggested it, but I ended up making you suffer instead. It's okay. Looks like you had a reason. A lot has happened. I didn't tell you because I was afraid you'd feel responsible, but I had some trouble because of things in the past. Seeing you talk about it so casually, must have been resolved well. Yeah. Thanks to your advice, Orca. I only talked about what I liked. Rather, I was happy to have someone to listen to me. And from what you're saying, today's appointment was made to thank me. That's right. I wanted to convey my sincerity to you, whom I'm always indebted to. Since we're on the subject, let me say one thing. Thank you, Orca. I quietly held out my hand towards Orca, my respect and other complex feelings, meaning that I look forward to working with you. Is it burdensome? Sorry, I did act suddenly. No, it's not that. A man's hand. It's my first time holding one, and in public. Chris, you're a bit of a pervert, aren't you? Please take care of me. Orca holding out her hand cutely. To think such a cool person could be this cute. Orca's hand was smaller and warmer than I thought. To think she saved people with these hands. Then I also look forward to it. Cool yet cute, strong yet timid. Orca with mysterious charms. Expectations for a new relationship with Orca were already beginning to sprout. Cute. Very cute. Alright, we'll get the credits in the last one, because we got one more to go through. Cherry picker, we'll do that. I don't think there's going to be anything new here again. Doesn't look like you get new scenes regardless, but it is kind of cool, like, again, like with like the Valhalla inspiration, like after in the aftermath of where the story ends, like what's the epilogue of sorts, where are these characters and stuff. It seems like we're still hanging out with everybody, which is great. And we've made progress at the end of the year with Michelle, which is great. Even though I said, like, I felt like that was the weakest thing. And again, the sister choice. I don't want to necessarily take the sister choice. But I like the fact that they're able to get along and they're able to, like, build out a body for her so that Michelle can be her own Michelle. Not Michelle 2, not the other Michelle, just Michelle. All right, let's see what happens over here. Graded the festival alone without anyone. Damn! The night sky of Polar Night Day. All right, this is... I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. The gorgeous streets, and even more gorgeous signboards and antique decorations. The beauty made my heart, already daunted by missing the reservation, feel even more dejected. What is this? You said you had plans on a precious polar night evening, so I let you go thinking you might have gotten a girlfriend, or something. You just came to take pictures? It's hard to get a reservation here. It's famous for having the best view of the chromatic zenith. That's fine, but I'm pointing out that there's no one by your side. In case you contacted me, I wanted to show you. Me? Why? Chroma City is a harsh place. Too many people suffer, and enraged victims turn into perpetrators. Even so, I wanted to show you that Chroma's polar night can be a beautiful day. I wanted to show you that. Well, it's a finished story, but I'm not exactly a singular variable. I was part of your plan after all. That's what you're saying. Right. Of course, it was a plan that isn't really needed now, but since I paid a lot for the reservation, it's a waste not to go. I feel like I've been tricked somehow. Oh, they say we can go in. Let's hurry. All right, so that's kind of the last one. So let's just let the credits roll a bit. All right. It's a fun little game. I definitely enjoyed my time. And you know, for something that's free, like, it's a fun little experience. I mean, good job, Cherry Picker. You did great. Developers, well done to Genju Lee, Taihwan Hyo, Hyo Jae-ji, and Jun Hong Min. Hopefully I'm not saying your names wrong. I apologize if that's the case. This was a game lab. Yeah, so these guys kind of did this as like a game jam, which is great. The fact they were able to put it out there was amazing. No, it's like a fun little game. It's just a fun little silly game. The artist, Nocta, you did great. And Cherry Pick 9129, you guys did great. For such a small game. Is that supposed to be like Giga? Either way, the writing was pretty decent. I feel like I said, I think a few things here and there were like a bit rough around the edges. I'm starting to think with like the games that I play that are from Korea originally, like Nikkei has this sometimes too, is that some words get dropped or like the translations aren't clean, because I guess there's something like in Korea compared to English that like they just do a flat translation, but it's always close enough that like they don't notice the subtle things of like there's a certain particle missing or something like that. That's been my sort of experience with that. This is also cool that they show you like what they did and how they did it, but all the tools they used and everything. This is great. Oh no, thank you for building such a wonderful game. This was a fun little time. Yeah, again, I think the dialogue was fine. I think the story is pretty decent. You know, it's not like a go everywhere. I don't know if I would say like go out of your way to play this game, but I think for what we did and for, you know, being free, it's like it's an amazing thing. Like it's an amazing experience. Like I'm taking that into consideration. Like if I think about it from like visual novels that we've played like this, you know, Valhalla is still the king, but like, and then this was Hookah's, and like it's somewhere it's right there in the middle with this, right? It's a fantastic game. All right. Well, we're still a little early to call it quits. I still want to play a couple things, but we're kind of basically done with this game. I guess if there's nothing else to do, it's a nice short novel. I think that's a good way to put it, right? It's definitely, I think like I would be curious to like what will they do if they had enough like resources, or if they had enough like yeah, I think Nikkei. I think it's Nikkei time. Just give me a second, guys, and I'll get it set up. I think we can do a few things there. I'm just trying to think about like I'm thinking about the potential, right? Like what I'm thinking in my mind is like, okay, they did this with like for a game jam. Like now that they've like kind of established that they can do this, I wonder what the next big project for this team would be, you know, or these people would be. It'd be really cool. Let's do that. Yeah. Just a second, guys. It's gonna just take me a second to get Nikki up, but you'll be able to hear it soon enough. Then we got my two-factor going. They two-factor in me. Mm-hmm. All right.
Brother Commander, the factory must grow. Also, where do you and the boys to put the 40,000 barrels of coolant?
It's funny you mentioned the factory, Justin, because I did on Sunday when I was trying to do, I've struggled, and I mean struggled, keyword being struggled, but I did manage to figure out some things about the factory. I'll have to show you guys on Saturday, like what I've built. It's not perfect, but I think I've gotten at least enough down to where like I think it works. I think it's a factory, and it did grow. Wasn't easy though, not by a long shot. But I will definitely be showing you guys, and you can judge for yourselves. Let's get the music on. All right, I always like playing this guessing game when I do this. Guess the Nikkei voice. Who's gonna greet us to say the goddess of victory? From one Korean game to another Korean game. All right, here we go. Let's guess the voice.
Goddess of victory, Nikkei.
It's not Shifty. It's not Anise. I want to say Diesel, but Diesel I feel like would be a little bit more bubbly. I don't know. Anyways, Licorice. Also, I do have some news to share. Although I'm sure to the surprise of absolutely nobody. Sorry, I just needed a minute. This brought me great joy on Saturday. I'm like, this was what I want. This was just what I needed for a Valentine's gag. Am I taking this to the Nikkei with us, Commander? Exactly, Achiv. Exactly. That'd be good. But this made me laugh. Like, just like the Persona 5, like, Omae wa mo shinderu harem evening. To no one's surprise, hi Velvet. Good to see you, girl. Hi Label, also good to see you. Where is it? I know you're here.
Food extra strong. Drink up.
I am not made of stone. I did get Mast's skin. Cause dang, how could I not? It's Mast, yo. It's the master made, the Rizzler made. It's the Riz made herself. Velvet and Label gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Velvet is interesting, to put it mildly. Let's get their daily shit out of the way while I figure out what they're gonna do here. I guess we're just gonna do a couple dailies and maybe climb the tower a little bit. I've been meaning to, like, I figured like it'd be fun to like one day just try to climb the tower as much as I can. But I don't know. Also, I should probably change the category of the game category now. We're not doing dialogue at the moment. I should probably change the game category, not to be a cheater. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what I can do? I know what I'm gonna do. We got some brief encounters and we can do some advisement. That'll be what we do. It'll kind of wind down tonight. After I get all the other stuff out of the way. I know exactly what to do now.
Looking to get something on the up and
Have fun shopping.
Hello, this is the Bark Bark. I know. That's why I came here. All right. We'll do chapter 44 later.
Let's make sure that the names written on this tag are never
I'll ask the
forgotten.
boat.
We must survive.
Do you want me to
No
do
matter
chapter
what.
44 on Thursday? I was thinking about doing part 2 of the Lycoris Lycuz Recoil event. But would you guys also be interested in chapter 44? I mean, I'm don't get me wrong, I'm excited to play it, but I was also like, do I want to like pace myself a little bit? It's like, do I want to gorge myself on MSQ? I don't want to take some time to enjoy it, to think about it a little bit, because I'm not gonna get more after this. I'm not gonna get more.
Securing victory for their subjects.
I definitely need to work on my
duty.
I think what I need to do is the next like performance goal is get my interception teams up.
Securing victory for their
My
subjects
interception
is the
teams
king's
are not the
duty.
best. I need to work on getting those into specialized sets.
Great.
There she is. Hi, Red. Yeehaw. All right, let's get the other stuff. Actually, we'll go here last. I'll come back here. We'll go here last because I think we're gonna end up there. We can do some advisements and stuff here. Hey, Helm. Good to see ya.
Thanks to you. There are so many things I've done for the first time.
I didn't mean to hit that, but you know, it's always great to hear Helm's voice. She's a sweetie. She's a nice lady.
Oh, right, not there. I knew that. Oh, right, not there.
Let's go behind the dumpster.
I knew that.
Sugar, what are you doing out here? All right, get my quick victory.
Together, I will never
And
fall.
then
All right,
go
not
story.
there.
We can play the mini
I-
game too, I
I
guess.
knew that.
I gotta admit, the art is fantastic. Like, I like that title art. It's actually really nice.
Did well, Commander.
I kind of spit through it. I think the styling here is really good, actually. I become heart shaped. I love the art in Nikkei. It's great. It is art, you
Oh, right,
Philistines.
I knew that.
What is that stupid meme? It's like it's hentai and it's called hentai and it's art. Let's play some rhythm game. Is there anything I can do yet? I can't do hard mode yet. When does that unlock? Thursday. Got it. Let's see. Let's do combat training. You can just dance and jam out while I shoot this lady, while I shoot this cute girl with a gun. And she dodges everything perfectly. Is that her power in the game? Is that why the anime? Is she like considered like the strongest Licorice because like she can just like dodge everything Matrix style? That was also something that was brought up in the story, is that like she's got incredible reflexes. I've never seen Licorice, so I don't know. Hey, me too. Did you watch my Unbeatable playthrough? I'm terrible at him, apparently. I still like him. I don't think I got a single hit on this lady. All right, completo. 99.4. Do better. Could do better. Could do worse. Get more points, please. All right, next, get my daily reward for that. And let's go. All right. Oh, shapes like PlayStation. She did casually walk side to side while a guy was dumping a whole AK mag at full auto her. Was that you talking about me or talking about the anime? Also, hi Unknown, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right. Hey Tuve. Velvet. 12 days for the bunny. Oh, the anime. Okay, so that is like, she's just like crazy good reflexes. Good to know. Thanks for the boat, Unknown. Appreciate it, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Just having a chill day. We just finished out dialogue. It's fun. Oh, thanks for the stretch and the hydrate. Boy, am I thirsty. All right. Delicious. We were just finishing out dialogue, which is a fun little game, especially for a game jam game. That one was, I think, you know, A+ if I was a teacher, but I'm not. But if I were your teacher, I'd give you an A+. But yeah, it was a fun one. I definitely think like I appreciated the inspiration immensely. I would love to see more games be like Valhalla, but I think at the same time there's a part of me it's like, well, Valhalla is special because like there's not going to be I don't know if there's going to be another one quite like that. That's what makes it special. You know what I mean, fellas? I feel like even if I want more games like that and they're playing art, they're not going to hit that same way. But that just makes Valhalla in of itself special. Yeah. Okay, so we got some brief encounters, and I think we can do some advisements today, and then we might do a bonding story, depending on how fast these go. Let's just wind down a little bit with this. All right, we got some brief encounters. All right, well, since Atchip's here, let's start with one of his girls, Label in The Dangers of Alcohol. Brief encounter. There she is. There's your girl, Atchip. She is pretty. She is very pretty. They all are to a degree. Anyway, jingle jingle. There you are. You're here early. Couldn't possibly be late to an appointment with you. Label? What is all this? The table is lined with various drinks. You're not planning on drinking all of this, are you? Of course not. I just didn't know what kind of alcohol you like. Me, myself, I'm personally just a gin and tonic man kind of guy. I'll drink, if that's not available, usually I'll go with like a cider. I like a nice alcoholic cider. Whiskey products and stuff. I have a book of cocktails, but like my go-to is usually just a gin and tonic personally. Condemning look. Lurvin. Listen, we all like what we like. Like, do you have a favorite, Lurvin? Actually, now we're bringing it up. Hugs Label suffocates. Suffocates because of the volume or because of the scent. I mean, I don't want to be mean, but like I said, like, I feel like what we're doing with Label is we're trying to teach her how to be more sociable. Maybe like go out and shower more often. But either way, she's a nice person. I like, my stupid jokes aside, she's a very nice person. She's a very good person. So I bought as much as I could. The volume mainly. It's my first time drinking with someone. Uh-oh. She's got that delusion. She's got that smirk. We all know what that means. And after we had enough in our system and you're drunk. What was that? I couldn't hear you very well. Nothing. Now, let's hurry up and drink. Oh, Volkwang. Huh? It's hot. It's so hot. I should get something cold in. Volkwang? Coach? I didn't expect to see you here. Me neither. But it's nice to see you, Volkwang. Did you come here to drink? Well, not exactly. I was walking by, but got so hot that I had to stop and cool off for a second. Are you here to drink? Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, have fun. Volkwang says goodbye and heads to another corner of the bar. Something wrong, Label? No. I was a little nervous that we would end up drinking with someone else. Now, shall we start drinking? Sure. What should we try first? I want to try this whiskey called Black Velvet. I heard it was the highest alcohol content. Are you sure it's okay to start with something so strong? You know? Yeah, like with alcohol, you kind of got to ease yourself into it a little bit, I feel like. Going straight for the deep end, that's a big no-no. Now she's such in a hurry to get drunk. She wants like moonshine or something. Then again, Nikas have stronger alcoholic tolerance. That is another thing we found out. Of course. I just want you to get drunk quickly. That doesn't sound weird at all. Label pours the drinks. Can we toast before drinking? Of course. Just a moment. Is that Black Velvet? It is. I knew it. The bottle looks just like it. Black Velvet's my favorite. Would you like a sip? Oh, can I? Well then, just a sip. Volkwang takes my glass and has a sip. She used the same glass as you? That was really hits the spot. I haven't had a drink these past few days because of the tournament. Huh? You've got Honey Bloom too? I like that drink too sometimes. I like to drink that sometimes. It's especially nice when you drink on the rocks. Super refreshing. It's kind of hard to find actually. I wouldn't have expected to see it here. I didn't realize you liked to drink. Yeah. She's got a little bit of knowledge, or maybe it's just more like she knows what she likes. Oh, it's not that I like to drink. I only do it occasionally. Do you mind if I join you? You've got pretty much all my favorites here. Are you okay with it, Label? If I say no, it will make things awkward, right? It looks like I have no choice. I need to get this person drunk first. Again, like, no, the first time I was just gonna blow it up. Now the second time I'm a little concerned. And so Volkwang naturally joins the table. Here, try this one too, Label. What is this? It's a whiskey called Midnight Ember. It's not too strong. It's delicious. Oh, kind of like more of a mild one. And after that, how about a little Golden Breeze? We share the alcohol laid out on the table. A short while later. I can't tell how much time has passed. I'm at my limit. Label! Label collapses onto the table. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I wanted to drink. Allow me with you. I am just sad because I didn't go as planned. And I got drunk first. By the way, how'd you get so small? Is it because you drank alcohol? Label starts talking to an empty bottle on the table instead of me. Huh. Coach? Now that I drank all that stuff, I feel so hot. But why is my head spinning? Is it because I didn't take my supplements? Don't save me. I checked the bottle Folkwang drank from. Yeah, alcohol by volume, 40%, 80 proof. Okay. Oh no. That drink made me so hot. My whole body feels like it's burning. I'm so hot. Hug. Folkwang hugs label. Did you just hug me? Physical touch fueled by alcohol is even more thrilling. Label collapses again. Coach, are you sleeping? Why does your chest feel so soft and squishy today, Coach? Also, it's not at all cool or refreshing. I'm sleepy. Coach, let me borrow your chest. I want to go home. Lucky Folkwang. Me in between. Folkwang's getting lucky. All right. Well, we got K. Spine-chilling terror at the church? This wants an investigation. As I'm passing by the church. When I come to my senses, I'm inside the church. Did you just knock me out, D? This place wasn't too far away, so I decided to bring you here. Everyone's here now. Hello, Merc! What's going on? Well, it's about our library. The one at the Ark, not the outpost. We've been having a small issue with our security. Really? Yeah. There have been several attempts at unlawful entry over the past few days. Fortunately, no one's managed to get inside the Forbidden Library yet, but we've been consulting with Peerless Siege just in case. Arcana and her colleagues haven't been able to find a single lead on the intruder, so we're discussing whether we need to step in. Is it really necessary to call you guys in for something like this? Not necessarily. However, if the Forbidden Library, the top secret archive, was breached, we'd have a serious problem on our hands. Best to nip this problem in the bud. All right, well, let me know how I can help. We'll keep you updated. As I look around, our voices echo through the otherwise solemnly quiet church. Why did you choose this of all places to meet up and discuss this? The Forbidden Library houses many records pertaining to those we've passed on. I'll catch up. You have fun there, Atchib. If we're touching on the subject of ghosts or spirits, we ought to show them that some respect in order to appease them, wouldn't we? So you think a ghost? She thinks a ghost? Does she think a ghost is trying to get into the library? Kind of spooky when you think about it. Don't lie. There's no fear in your eyes. What? You can tell that just by looking? We've seen what real fear looks like. Oh, I guess you're right. Okay, I'll admit it. I don't find ghosts particularly scary. You don't? Isn't the harsh reality of the world way scarier than the ghost? Damn. Damn, Arcana. I wasn't expecting you to drop a bomb like that today. I suppose. We're getting off track. This all probably boils down to a bumbling thief who's in over their head. The Forbidden Library has never been breached. You're the reason that ridiculous name has gotten stuck in my head. I wish you'd stop calling it that. That's because it's much easier to remember. It's certainly way better than Top Secret Archive. That's so clunky. You three seem to be getting along better. Yeah, we've gotten more comfortable with each other. We even shoot the breeze from time to time. There were lots of things that needed adjusting because of you being granted additional clearance. There was? Huh, didn't notice. Wow, you're all practically buddies at this point. We turn our heads at the sound of something coming from the corner. Squeak! A small mouse appears from who knows where. Kind of screams and clings to me. Is that a mouse? To do something! What do you want me to do? I'm sure D&K can handle it. Or not? Hey, give us a break! We're girls too, you know. There's something about mice that disgusts females on a genetic level. Are you being serious? I'm not scared, mind you. I'm not trying to go anywhere near that thing either. Agreed. Squeak! Yeah! It's coming this way! Hurry and do something! Arcana is still clinging to me tightly to me. Just like Archive is clinging tightly to Label. Got another commercial break coming up here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Let me just continue this real quick. Meanwhile, D and K slowly back away. Donkey Kong. What do you expect me to do? Why don't you two lend Merc your weapons? Shh. That was a trigger word. They got the. What did you just say? Arcana's suggestion causes D and K's tempers to flare. I don't know why. What, they don't want me touching? I guess they're sensitive with their weapons. Like, don't touch. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Step, step. As the mouse approaches, they calmly take 2 steps back. Retreat! In the end, we carried out a tactical retreat and decided to call for backup in the form of Happy Zoom. Come on, guys, it's just a mouse. Get it some cheese, get it in a box. You'll be fine, I promise. It's not that scary. All right, we got one more. The Flower Park, the musical interlude. Oh, are we gonna join? Wait, musical interlude. This can either go one of two ways. Either Diesel's joining us or Flora's joining us. One day, as I'm passing by the Flower Park, I hear a violin. Oh, that's right, Julia. He gets hit by Achiv. We'll wait. I'll wait for Achiv. We'll wait. Bow, 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 bow. I should be mean. I mean, brief encounters are not like exactly main story, so like it's okay once in a while. Like if I got caught in the middle one, I think I wouldn't like hold off because like it's a brief encounter. It's fun, but it's not like super important story. But we just started, so I'll wait a couple minutes. Actually, that'll be a good chance for me to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back, fellas. I'll be back. Oh, with the head down, we're down low. Man, Achiv is falling hard for Label. I guess that's I guess we know Achiv's type now, don't we, fella? Don't we, Boat? Also, welcome back, everybody. Hi, YouTube. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you coming by. All right, another brief encounter. 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 I might need to look up and like do like voice exercises again. Something to like help like warm up things up. Anyway, we're just about out of break here, so we'll be going. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Anyway. One day, as I'm passing by the flower park, I hear a violin. Yeah, it's Julia. Drawn in by the familiar sound, I make my way towards the heart of the garden. Oh, Trina! It's been a while. How you doing? How are those birds? How you doing, girl? Son! Fancy seeing you here. My feelings for you, conductor, must have been carried by the wind and led you here. What are you guys up to? We're just here relaxing, but with a twist. What a twist! Oh, go on. Well, Julia's playing music for the little ones, and me to enjoy. What kind of music have you been playing? Now that Sun's here, would you mind playing a little more, Julia? Certainly. I'm so glad that you came, conductor. I'll be sure to transfer that joy into my next performance. Julia starts playing the violin. A peaceful and beautiful melody flows, seemingly putting my entire body at ease. That was so lovely. I can feel that the little ones appreciate it as well. If only Flora and Leaf could have joined us. It really was magnificent. Thank you all for being such a captive audience. I'm truly grateful that... What the? How come there's so many people here? Kay? Oh, looks like another guest has arrived. I thought this place wasn't being used anymore. Bah, fine, I'll have to go somewhere else. Kay turns to walk away. Huh? Why would you leave? Didn't you come here to take a break? Yeah. Then why don't you stay and rest? Even if it's only for a moment. Surrender your body to the gentle breeze and fragrance of nature before moving on. What are you blathering about? Trina grabs Kay by the arm and leads her to the grass. Come on, stop putting up a fight and get over here. Hey, let go of me. Just give in. Sit here. Thud. Trina seats Kay on the grass. How is it? Don't you feel this place has a calming presence? Not at all. How am I supposed to relax with this many people around? Ah, I see. It's the number of people that's the problem for you. In that case, think of me as one with nature. What a bunch of... If that doesn't work, then think of me as my music as a mellifluous breeze amongst those bucolic surroundings. That's just as ridiculous. Ugh. You weirdos are giving me a headache. Your head is troubling you. In times like this, why not cast aside your heavy thoughts and enjoy some nice, tranquil music? Yeah, nothing revives fatigue like listening to music while out in nature. Again with the hippy-dippy nonsense. Now then, allow me to begin. I don't need... Julia starts playing the violin again. This time, a calm and peaceful melody fills the air. One slightly different from the ones before. That's not bad. She's about to fall asleep. Kay relaxes her body and lies down on the grass. I appreciate you saying that. Julia continues to play with a happy smile. Clap, clap, clap. Bravo! Another masterful performance! Do you take requests? Of course. Responding to the audience's call is the privilege of a performer. What song would you like? A dirge. That was a face. I should have paused on that. Dang, that was a face on Trina. Is that okay? Of course. Meeting and parting are inevitable parts of life. I cannot say for certain whether my interpretation will resonate with you, but I will play my idea of what a dirge should make one feel. Whatever, just play. Julia lifts her violin again, and a quiet and sad melody fills the air. A forlorn tune which induces despair. Intense intonations which evoke surging anger, desperation, and sorrow. Beautiful and tender notes that feel like a comforting caress. The piece that Julia plays is enough to make the heart burst with emotion. As soon as the performance comes to an end. Well done. Huh? Kay stands up. I'm leaving. Kay quietly walks away. My goodness, she certainly left quickly. Love the violin. It would have been nice if she had stayed and rested a bit more. Do you think she didn't like the performance? Nah, that's not it. Her leaving so abruptly could be her way of showing she enjoyed it. Well, that's a relief. Do you want to keep playing for the little ones? Of course. I will continue to play for them, and wish for peace for them and everyone else, as I do. Julia resumes playing the violin, and we spend some more time enjoying a pleasant, restful musical interlude. Kay is a bit of a weirdo, but you know, she's got just those tsundere tomboy vibes. Also, ow, do I got like, got a bump back here somewhere. Yeah, there you are, you little bastard. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Well, I'm gonna probably call it a little earlier, but let's do a few more things before I call. Wait. Oh, no, never mind. I was reading the wrong thing. Speaking of somber, Camellia. My memories for me. Let's see, who should we talk to? Well, we gotta get Tuve up, so let's talk to Tuve. Hi, Tuve, how you doing? Splendid and her bizarre survival food. Which one do you think is better suited as a punishment in the game? Clearly the Bazaar's food. You're right. Survival food includes things like spiders and animal eyeballs, which usually people avoid. You don't say. However, if you look closer, you can also find really delicious foods too. Anyways, I'll take your opinions into account. What? I play a punishment game with Tuve. Damn! Hoisted by my own petard. Tuve. Let's see, who else do I want to? Am I anyone close with anyone else? I kind of like keep them in like clusters to talk to. We got a lot of them here we can talk to. I've been also kind of work on the wet bottom, so I'll do that too. Yeah, my latest cluster seems to be around here-ish. Okay. Well, let's talk to Snow White, Heavy Arms. Eden is a paradise, just as the name would imply. Because there's so much, knowing Snow White, it's like, her form of paradise is because there's plenty of food. Yes. They give you meat, bread, even fruit. I think that's why they call it paradise. I'm not sure that's the reason, I think. Timidly, protesting on the side. I ain't, like, have you seen that girl? I ain't second guessing her.
You want me to install?
She's got all those guns. She's scary.
Carrying extra rounds or missiles would be far more useful.
Yeah, she's like no nonsense, basically. Hi, Soda. Hi, Z. How you doing, girl? I want work smarter, not harder. Just like Aid. You crush me like a paper bag. I want to work smart. See, this is what I was talking about earlier with dialogue. Is like there's like certain particles or participles missing between words. Not I want work smarter. Like just makes Soda sound dumb, but she's not dumb. Soda's smart. I want to work smarter, not harder, just like Aid. But all I ever seem to do is make mistakes. I'm so sad. I mean, you don't need to be a perfectionist. I suppose that's true. Still though, I want to be a perfect maid like Aid. I discussed with Soda how to be a perfect maid. Oh yeah, Wrecking Storm. All right. Soda is a clumsy girl. She is, but she means well. Her heart's in the right place. Let's see. Sorry, this song's kind of growing on me now that I know what it is. Plus, it's related to it's Behemoth's theme. We could talk to Julia, but let's see. Let me go back. I've got to Brady too. Oh, Kilo. Forgot. I have a badge for her today. Oh, you are right as I cover you down. World collapse. I just love this song. No worries. All right, here we go. Elo, I finally got some time off. but I don't know what I should do. I mean, you should do whatever you want, even if it's just resting. If you don't know, it's okay to be bored. I think like some people are like kind of like pointing out as like trying to learn how to live with boredom, like trying to like give your, and what they mean by that is like trying to give yourself space where you're not like actively doing or pursuing or like constantly and in motion, like giving your body like a moment. But if you just like chill, I don't know. What if we try chilling, Kilo? You mean just do nothing? Actually, come to think of it, it's been ages since I last had a proper rest. That's not a bad idea. Thanks for the suggestion. Kilo and I have a conversation about vacations. You know, I would like to call up, but let me get my my badge. I got a badge. Well, I got it. One of these days, I'm gonna have to like sit through all of these advices stories because I got way too many to get through. There's a like I think someone said I was sitting on a treasure trove of gems, just a dragon's hoard of gems here. Anyway, let's see who else we're gonna talk to. Chime, Alice, Soda again. I don't want to have to go too quick about it. Brid again. Brid or Brid? Brid or Brid? Let's talk to Dorothy. Hello, Doro. It's been a minute. Are you still crazy? The answer is yes. The answer is always yes. What's your impression of the arc? I'm interested to hear your perspective. The arc, right? It's got its flaws. And knowing Dorothy, that's exactly what she wants to hear. But like also like personally, the deeper we dive in, but that's the thing, right? Like whether it was like when I was in America or like wherever you are, the phrase familiarity breeds contempt. You start to see things. It has its flaws. Is that so? Even after all this time, it still has issues. What a sad place. I have a conversation with Dorothy. I think she wanted to hear like it's a paradise. But then again, why would she want to hear that? Wouldn't that just make her more sad that she was rejected? I don't know. I don't get it. Okay. Let's do a couple more. Hi, Mary. How you doing? Can't wait to go back to the beach. I don't know if it's because it's cooler in the clinic, but we've had an influx of patients today. It's rather disconcerting. What should I do to drive away those who aren't actually sick? Why not take the chance to give him a checkup? I mean, Mary loves her job. That's a great idea. People usually don't like coming in for checkups, even when we offer them for free. I could take the chance to scratch them off the list. Thanks for the suggestion, Commander. I mean, I'm starting to like, I called her Scary Mary when I started, but like, she's growing on me. She's a good lady. She's a good lady. She's a nice lady. Speaking of nice ladies who will kill you if you do anything.
You seem unusually weary today. Don't push yourself too hard.
I won't. Please put the axe away, or at least clean the blood off of it. If you're gonna kill me, I'd like a clean kill. To help you better get into character, I'm thinking of dressing in styles that you like. What would you like me to wear? Oh God. Chat, I'm dead. Boat, I'm dead. No matter what I pick, I don't think she's gonna like it. I can't joke my way out of this one. She gonna kill me. I mean, I guess like, hi BB, welcome in. Thanks for the boat. I'm gonna die. No, actually, I mean, I could go with the silly answer, but like a dress feels like she's already kind of wearing a dress. Like, wouldn't Matt be the one to pick then? Maid uniform would be funny though, but I value my neck, so I'm gonna go. Since I'm wearing a bodycon dress, I should search for a light, airy dress. Thanks for the idea. I'm saved. Dia and I start picking out clothes. All right. Chime. Hello. So small. He who does not work shall not eat, so the saying goes. What thinkest thou of this? I mean, does that mean Crown's going hungry? What nonsense speaketh thou? The mere fact her highness is there doth prove her hard work. After a conversation ends, I help Chime with her work. I had to be a little bit of it. I had to have a little fun. I love both. I love the Crown Kingdom. They're super sweet. They're super fun. Crown is amazing. All right, let's talk to Atch's girl. Hi, Label. How you doing? Why are you looking at me like that? There's something on Label's face. What should I do? Wipe it off with my hand or leave it alone? Well, I mean, I know which one Atchiv would pick. I don't think Atchiv is back. I feel bad, but he'll be able to watch the replay. If Atchiv was here, he'd be like hitting one with all of his might. Anyway, I should have waited. I'll make it up to him next time. Wipe it off with my hand. Yeah. You put your hand on my cheek like that. Our lips touching, and the feeling of the other's breath. And then a kiss? I gotta admit, her blush is pretty cute. Her blushed, dazed, and confused look is pretty endearing. You've got something here. Huh? Oh, I hadn't even touched. I thought that was because I touched her. No, she was just she was that quick on the draw. Okay. Huh? Oh, thank you. I brushed a speck of dust from Label's nose. Man, girl works quick. I only have one more attempt, so might as well use it. Tronny, I don't mean to ignore you, so let's hang out with Tronny. What's the surface like for you, Commander? It's both of these things, really. Like, through our adventures, we've seen danger beyond dangers and beauties beyond beauties. I'm gonna pick two, because I'm an optimist. A beautiful place. Yeah, it is a beautiful place. I'll never forget the first time I was on the surface. The sky I saw with D1AL-ogue back then was incredibly beautiful. That's why I'm fighting to reclaim that spectacle. I can discern Tronny's determination from her words.
Being with you makes me feel so comfortable. I'm looking forward to doing it more.
Good. The more social skills you have, the better. It's one of those things that I had to learn. It gets easier over time. I can confirm. Just gotta talk to people. It's something you get better at over time. All right. We got our gems. All right. Is there anything else I can do? I guess I could do a poll, but like, I don't really kind of want to save my gems and stuff. I could do a poll, theoretically. I got a request. Red. Waifu 43A. Okay. I could do Chisato, or I could just pull normally, but I think I just want to save my gems, guys, so I don't think we can do any pulling or anything tonight, and that we're kind of exhausted, so I think we'll leave it at that. Let's go back to the outpost. I want to go over here. We'll listen to the music in the commander's room while I send us off. Very high beat music to go out with, but you know what, it's good. All right, so let's do some roll call here, and then we'll start wrapping up. BB, thank you for joining us. I know it's a little late, but I still appreciate seeing you. Happy you made it. I'm glad you made it. Hope you're doing well. I hope you have a fantastic. Lurvin, it's nice to see you again. Thank you for coming here tonight. Appreciate it. Atchiv, thank you as always. I really appreciate your presence here, sir. Unknown, it's good to see you again as well. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Thank you for coming on board. Let's see. Shizu and Chaos, big Chaos. Cass, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And also big ups to Cass for his editing of Shizu's videos. That's really cool. You'll have to teach me a thing or two sometime, but that's great. Good job on that, man. Your thumb, I was like looking at your thumbnails like, man, maybe Cass could teach me a thing or two. Derps, if you're still here, thank you for joining us tonight. It was very nice to meet you. We do this on the regular on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday. Hope you have a good one. Thank you for joining us tonight. And last but certainly not least, our resident spider, Shizu. Oh, wait, no. Second to last, Shogun, if you're still here, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate it. And now last but certainly not least, our sleepy spider. I hope she's getting some well-earned rest, but thank you for hanging out with us, our resident spider. And let me find a good one. I'm gonna find a good one. Let's do that. Now, you guys are great. I love appreciating it. All right, with Flip-Flop in the distance, let's go see if we can find somebody to go say hi. Let me go send you. Let me go park the boat somewhere. Let's see here. Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Let's see. We can meet some new people. Let's look in the same category real quick. Let me see here. What do we got here? What happened there? I was also, what's that? Okay, let me check here. I got two. I'm seeing two here real quick. Let's see here. Where's the other one? There it is. Well, is that really Nikkei? No, I don't think it is. All right, let's go say hi to this fellow commander. Okay, let's say here. Let me go get them. God, Twitch, you gotta have a better thing here. All right, let's go say hi to. Let's go say hi to a new person. All right. We are sailing away, and we're gonna go say to a guy by the name of John Forrest. My name is John Forrest. All right. Let's just do that for a raid message tonight. All right, guys. As for me, well, not much. I mean, I'm probably just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna see you guys on Thursday. So Thursday, we're gonna do Licorice Part 2 and maybe Chapter 44. Friday, I go back to court because we gotta go back to court for some more crimes, solving with Phoenix. And then Saturday, the factory must grow. I will be just having a kind of a chill stream with Enfield, try to do some MSQ, try to clear some more quests, and try to flail wildly with the factory. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Take Toku. Itakimasu. See ya.